Àwọn tó lára àgbà yìí dá, àwọn ló láṣà àti èdè. Ìgbéde lárugẹ nílẹ̀ Oòduà o, àwa gangan ni bàbá. Koiki Media, Koiki Media, Koiki Media. We bring you the wonders that you understand. They never sabi wetin we carry for am, but e dey move closer before dem go sabi. I said they never know wetin we carry for body, but e dey move closer before dem go sabi. Ọ̀gbìn lọ lọ́jà ẹyẹ, ìwọ̀n ló lọ́jọ́. Ẹyẹ tó dorí kodò bí àdó, àpèjẹ lẹ́nu. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ilẹ̀ bàbá wa, ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ìlú bàbá wa. Kájùmọ̀ sowọ́pọ̀ ká lè tójúlú àga. Òdòdó ọkọ̀ bá lè gbé wá. Ọmọ Odùduwà ṣe kiri. Ẹ dìde fún ẹ̀tọ́ adúláwọ̀. Ká lè jọ jùmọ̀ gbé délẹ̀ ìlérí. Ká wálé gba ògo ilẹ̀ wa. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká lè jọ gbàdé. Ká lè gbàdé adé adúláwọ̀. Àwa ni mọ̀lẹ́ tí yóò tàn káàkiri. Ìyàwó Odùduwà ni wá. Koiki Media là ń gbé tó lárugẹ. Ètò tó gbójú ògbó tí wàá mọ̀. Kásá. Ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà wà táyé gbúgbà yín jẹ. Ètò tó gbójú ògbó tí wàá mọ̀ ní. À ń gbé tó lárugẹ, à ń kásá lárugẹ. Ètò tó gbójú ògbó tí wàá mọ̀ ní. News and sports. Ẹ máa rí gbọ́. Ètò tó gbójú ògbó tí wàá mọ̀ ní. Ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀ mi ló ní kí n máa gé.
Koiki Media, we're bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
Koiki Media, Koiki Media, Koiki Media. We bring it the world closer to your doorstep. Koiki Media, Koiki Media, Koiki Media. We bring it the world closer to your doorstep. Àwọn tó lára àgbà yìí dá, àwọn ló láṣà àti èdè. Ìgbéde lárugẹ nílẹ̀ Oòduà o, àwa gangan ni bàbá. Koiki Media, Koiki Media, Koiki Media. We bring you the wonders that you understand. They never sabi wetin we carry for am, but e dey move closer before dem go sabi. I said they never know wetin we carry for body, but e dey move closer before dem go sabi. Ọ̀gbìn lọ lọ́jà ẹyẹ, ìwọ̀n ló lọ́jọ́. Ẹyẹ tó dorí kodò bí àdó, àpèjẹ lẹ́nu. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ilẹ̀ bàbá wa. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ìlú bàbá wa. Kájùmọ̀ sowọ́pọ̀ ká lè tójúlú àga. Òdòdó ọkọ̀ bá lè gbé wá. Ọmọ Odùduwà ṣe kiri. Ẹ dìde fún ẹ̀tọ́ adúláwọ̀. Ká lè jọ jùmọ̀ gbé délẹ̀ ìlérí. Ká wálé gba ògo ilẹ̀ wa. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká lè jọ gbàdé. Ká lè gbàdé adé adúláwọ̀. Àwa ni mọ̀lẹ́ tí yóò tàn káàkiri. Ìyàwó Odùduwà ni wá. Koiki Media, àwa là ń gbé tó lárugẹ. Ètò tó gbójú ògbó tí wàá mọ̀ ní. Kásá. Ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà wà táyé gbúgbà yín jẹ. Ètò tó gbójú ògbó tí tiwa máa ní. À ń gbé sò lárugẹ, à ń gbàsà lárugẹ. Ètò tó pójú owó tiwa máa ní. News and sports ẹ máa rí gbọ́. Ètò tó pójú owó tiwa máa ní. Ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀ mi ló ní kí n máa gé dandan. Koiki Media ọ̀rọ̀ lágbájú mọ́ mi. Máa bá ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ. Ọmọ Yorùbá nìyẹn, ọmọ Yorùbá tata wọn. À ń gbádùn rẹ̀, ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀ mi. Ṣẹ́yìn ló máa fi dìbò ọ̀tẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ oníbò máa ń dé mádémádé. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ oníbò máa wọ̀. Igbó máa wọ̀ dájòjì ò gbọ́dọ̀ wọ. Àjòjì tó bá wọ bẹ̀ á tẹ̀lé ní bọ́ra. Ẹ̀yin lọ máa náwó òyìnbó tó dé. Ìgbà tó yìnbó dé o, owó náà dẹ́ tún pọ̀ sí o. Koiki Media ṣàwa ní bàbá. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. Àdáńtọ́ àtòpèrè gidi. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. Àwa là ń gbé tò lárugẹ jẹ́ ká jọgbọ́ o. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. Àkúnjà fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa, fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. Ọmọ Òdùwà ni wá o, tọkàntọkàn. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. Ikú tó ṣe bí lébi òsì, àdìmú bàbá yọ. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. We bring you one closer to your doorstep. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. Afẹ́fẹ́ tó fẹ́ o tó kàn gígùn lára ni. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. Àpèrè gèdè Olódùmarè ló fún wa ṣe. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. Gbogbo ayé ẹ̀gbọ́n, àwa ní bàbá o. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. Ẹ máa bọ̀ wá ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà yín wá. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. Òtútù alágbèdá ní òtítọ́ lágbèdá ní. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. Àkìsọ̀dálẹ̀, àkìsọ̀dìkẹta. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. Àgbọ̀tàn, àtúnpẹ̀lẹ̀ kékeré. Koiki Media àwọn ní bàbá. Koiki Media we bring you one closer to your doorstep. Àwọn ní bàbá. Koiki Media is around to give us the best. Is around to give us the best. Ladies and gentlemen, ẹ mú kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀, ẹ tẹ́tí ẹ̀gbọ́ ètò tó kojú gbogbo. Ladies and gentlemen, ẹ mú kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀, ẹ tẹ́tí ẹ̀gbọ́ ètò tó kojú gbogbo. Koiki Media is around to give us the best.
Moki say welcome back to the afternoon broadcast. It is still Friday, the 3rd of November, 2023. Take a look at the headline. We're streaming on multiple platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Space, Twitter, Facebook. My name is Olayomi Koiki. Koiki Media, a confirmed, proud nationalist. Break up Nigeria. If otherwise, what do we want? Yoruba, Kilafe, Nigeria, or our own country? Tell the North to keep their stinking food. We can grow our own. Or you can look onto the Koiki Media and it will have a different headline. Still same message. And it says, the Nigerian government has zero interest in the welfare of security of its citizens. You will never get security in Nigeria. Break it now and save lives.
Ọjọ́ òní, ọjọ́ tó lápẹ̀rẹ̀ gidi gan-an ni fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tàtà. Orí ni ọmọ Adéyẹmọ ọba ti pọ̀ tá ìbá yọ ọ́. Wọ́n ní alákọ̀ọ́rí ọmọ ti lọ. Wò ó, èyí tí wọ́n rò yí ẹ̀ lolúwọ̀ ọba ń ló kúkú sẹ́. Sunday ọmọ Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho ṣàṣẹ́bẹ̀ lọ wà. Ọjà máa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Olódùmarè ọba òkúri. Tó o bá ti dàbí wèrè fọ́jọ́ òní ó tó pé ń kọ́ kí lọ fẹ́ wá láàrin àwọn ọmọ adarí mú gan. Àbí tó o bá ti dàbí gé ọmọ láàrin ìfẹ́ kí lọ máa ṣẹ̀dá òkè igi o. Ọjọ́ máa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ alágbẹ̀dẹ àyànmọ́ ọba tó fi ọ́ dára tó dùn. Ọmọ Adéyẹmọ o, ìwọ náà kọ́ Olódùmarè ọba ní kí ọ lárugẹ. Sunday. Máa gbọ́ ó ti gbogbo olùgbọ́n máa dẹ́yà máa ó dé wọn mọ́lẹ̀ pátápátá wọn ò lè mí mọ́ ó ti kó wọn láyà jẹ́ wọn ò lè sókè wọ́n ṣẹ̀rù bà wọ́n ọjà wọn láyà wọn ò lè mí fín mọ́ ó ti fi òkójú ńlá fọ́ igbá oró ní èyẹ dànù. Wọn máa dẹ́yà máa sọ pé àwọn ọba tiẹ̀ ọmọ ọkọ lógún ọmọ àlè ìwọ náà bí bàbá dojú sí àṣìlù bí ọba ṣe é sí ẹjẹ́ fọ kí ni bẹ nínú ọ̀gán ọmọdé yẹn mo ti ń dún mọ̀wúrú bí ọ̀pani kọ́ pani bí ọ̀bá ní pani kó yẹ dún mọ̀wúrú mọ́ o Sunday ọmọdé yẹn ó ti di bí àlọ́ yìí yé ẹjẹ́ ọmọdéwọ́n ń ewé kókò tó bá lè bí ọmọ bẹ́ẹ̀ tó bá fẹ́ fọ̀yà kó máa fọ̀yà gbèrègbèrè sàǹgbọ́rọ̀ máa fọ́ kù ẹ. Ọmọ Yorùbá pàtàkì àwọn ọkùnrin ọ̀hún ṣeun bẹ́ẹ̀. Nípa ìsìn Sunday ọmọ Adéyẹmọ ọ̀pá gàmbàrí nípa ìsìn ọ̀pá fúlàní tán ọgbẹ́ sọ́nà òkè ọ̀ya onítọ̀ ọmọ rẹ̀ kò mọ̀ wá. Sunday Igboho sà pẹ̀lú àwọn bàbá rẹ̀ lọ òròlú ọmọ kẹlá ọlẹ́nilé mo sùn lẹ́ẹ̀kan ọmọ ajá tẹ̀yẹ̀ bìyẹn kí àwọn bàbá rẹ̀ mo dẹ́lu gbọ́dọ̀ àárín òde wọ́n di méjì bá rẹ̀ ta àrùn méjì bá rẹ̀ tàgàdà ní ó di méjì bá rẹ̀ gbẹ̀dínlógún ó kan ilà àárọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ní gbogbo ilé ìwọ tàgàdà nínú bí àwọn rẹ̀ ọmọ gbọ́dọ̀ ọlọ́kọ̀ ilé ìṣòwò àkọ́níṣẹ́ ọlọ́kọ̀ ilé ìṣòwò ìbàlẹ̀ ọmọ Adéyẹmọ Sunday Igboho sàmà gbọ́ ogun ní nánilógún ogun ló ní ilé àárọ̀ ogun ni wọ́n fi jagun jù gbẹ́gbẹ́ jẹ́ bóògùn ọ̀yẹ́ ẹjẹ́ anẹ́láwọ́ lóògùn ọ̀nà Sunday ọmọ Adéyẹmọ Igboho ṣà ló ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá gbòmìnira dandan ni máa wá gbọ́ o àṣẹ ìlànà lọ́dùnmọ́ rẹ̀ ni wọ́n máa lò ọmọ Adéyẹmọ o dákun mọ́rù làwọn oníṣẹ́ ẹbí ẹ̀tọ́ kálukú mọ̀ fi dùn wọ́n orí kálukú ló gbé ọdẹ kò tó dùn wọ́n á máa gbọ́ o gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tàtà ń tẹ́wá lóye ẹja fọwọ́pọ̀ ká gbé ẹni tó wá fi sẹ́ ká gbé lárugẹ gidi ni ẹ̀mí jù wọ́n wọn ò dùn ẹjọ́ òrodò lọ sí ibà méjì kọ́ o ẹni tó wá fi sẹ́rán ọ̀gẹ́tọ̀ sí ẹni tó fi ra wọn Sunday ọmọ Adéyẹmọ tiwa akọni akọni jagunjagun ọkùnrin tààrà pọ̀dọ̀kẹ́lẹ́ ọmọ Adéyẹmọ wọn máa gbọ́n fẹ́ sàkóso fún wọn ni ẹni tó bá ní kó òkú ní kékeré kó máa fọwọ́ ara wọn síra wọn wọn ní kàkọ́ máa ṣe ara ìdúgbò dànù ìmọ̀jú ayóyè pọ̀ ní kó lọ́wọ́ ọmọ wa kékeré tó kékeré ìdáhọ́ iná máa gbẹ̀yìn agbẹ̀dẹ kò sí bàtàrí òní gbúrú olùkọ́ tẹ̀ máa gbọ́ àwọn bàbá rẹ tó ti wà níbùgbé ìdájọ́ wọn máa fọwọ́ tì ọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ ni àwọn alágbára jagun tí wọ́n ti jagun ṣáájú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá wọ́n máa fi ọ́ tì ọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ ni Oòduà Ọlọ́fin Ọbàtálá Báṣọ̀run Àjàká Àjàngẹ̀tìlẹ̀ ẹ̀fọ́fọ̀fẹ́ anáfọ́kúnlá òun lẹ̀ lẹ́rú ọmọdékùnrin ìfọ́ta aborílá ọmọdé kòkó alùpùpù àbáàkútù ògèdèǹgbẹ ẹgbẹ́gbùngbùrù olè jẹ́sà ṣàbọ̀ agbọ́nọ́sẹ́ ọmọdé yẹn mọ́ ń bọ́ ṣàkọ́ tí mọ́ ògùn làyà wáyé náà ọmọ Adéyẹmọ Igboho sàǹpolo tí gbòtìgbòtì tiẹ̀ ṣe ọ̀gbárùgbàdàrúgbó lọ́nùgbọ́lọ́ rẹ̀ jó òkun lẹ̀yà ọ̀sẹ̀ pààyàn rìn kẹ́ni ọmọ ń dè bàbá rẹ lọ olùkàtàrí gbàgbà kẹ́ni ọmọ ń dè bàbá rẹ lọ alárúgbó parúmọ́ Sunday ọmọ Adéyẹmọ ní oṣù olùkòdì gbangba Sunday ọmọ Adéyẹmọ wọ́n ti dìbò bọ́ọ̀lù wọ́n ti wà lókè ẹni ẹ bá ní ọjà lọ́kọ́ máa kú ni máa gbọ́ ọ sórí má bẹ̀rù ọ̀tẹ̀ mọ́ òòrí ni gbogbo fùrùfùrù labalábá tí wọ́n ń dìbò lẹ́kùn Sunday ọmọ Adéyẹmọ Igboho ṣà òòrí bí wọ́n ti ń wọṣọ àkísà máa gbọ́ ọ yẹ gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá àtàtà tó bá lóye akọ́dà ayé ọgbọ́ ọmọ Adéyẹmọ ní ẹja fọwọ́tì àti yìí débi tó lápẹẹrẹ ẹja fọ tẹ́lẹ̀ èmi ju ẹwà òjùmí kò lè gbé wa débi kankan pa akọ́dà ayé ọgbọ́ ẹja kọ́kọ́ ká bí ẹni tó ń wọ́ pàtó sẹ́ni lárugẹ ni ẹ máa gbọ́ oní bọ́ yẹn sẹ́wọ́n máa fẹ́ràn oní ni igi igbó sórí kọ̀ wọ́n dìgbẹ́ ẹ̀rí ni àwọn àgbàlagbà wọ́n ní bí orí bá dúró tọrùn inú dé ìwọ̀n tọ̀tọ̀ gan ni Sunday ọmọ Adéyẹmọ yé máa bá ọjọ́ òní ọjọ́ burúkú tó lápẹẹrẹ ní ṣùgbọ́n àwọn tí wọ́n ṣerú ẹ̀ wọn ò lè mú jẹ́ má ṣe pé ṣùgbọ́n nu rẹ̀ gbogbo tó ọba tó ń pátápátá bọ̀ ìmọ́lẹ̀ thank you àrò ọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ gbogbo tó ọba tí ń jẹ́ àrò ọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ àwọn tó mú kọjọ́ ò ná wáyé má ṣe pé o ṣùgbọ́n má jẹnu rẹ̀ ó gbófo gbogbo tó ọba pátápátá àrò ní ọmọ ọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ orí bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n mọ fèyí ṣe lọ́lé wa kì í ṣe é mọ̀ wọ́n lè bí lẹ́rìí wípé ìtàlọ́kùnrin ìwòsàn lápẹ̀rẹ̀ lágbájá ní tàmẹ̀dọ́ ní ìmọ̀lẹ́ akéwìrì ọmọ wọn l'Ógbómọ̀ṣọ́ àkílété mọ́bólúwa mi dúpẹ́ mọ́ bẹ̀rù àfà.
Aké bàbá wa ìmọ́lẹ̀ mú kí gbogbo akáàkiri ibi tí ẹ bá ti ń fẹ́ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa ní ọjọ́ Jímọ̀ olóyin mo kí yín ní TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. Kí la fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí? Ǹjẹ́ ìjọba Nàìjíríà, ǹjẹ́ ìjọba tí ó ń tọ́jú aráàlú ni? Ǹjẹ́ ìjọba tí ó ń wo ti mẹ̀kúnnù mọ́ tiwọn? Àti pé kí nìdí tí a ṣe ń sọ pé a fẹ́ kúrò nínú ibi tó ń pè ní Nàìjíríà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́? Orúkọ tèmi a máa jẹ́ Ọláyọmí Kóìkì tí gbogbo yín mọ̀ sí Kóìkì Media. Mo kí gbogbo lélẹ̀ nǹkan sí pé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò náà. Once again, a very good afternoon and welcome to the transmission. Let's listen to this before we go into the program.
Yẹ kó mọ̀ pẹ́ dá. Torí ẹni tó bá kọ̀ tí ò dúpẹ́ orí ẹgbẹ̀fà. Irú wọn ti bẹ́gi dínà orí ẹgbẹ̀je níjọ. Ìdí àti abárè tí àwọn Yorùbá UK Central Office parapọ̀ sàṣẹ̀rò nínú ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ wọn. Tí wọ́n sì ya ọjọ́ kan àrà ọ̀tọ̀ sílẹ̀ fún ìdúpẹ́. Lórí ibi àti bẹ̀rẹ̀, ibi àpàdé àti ibi tá ń lọ láìpẹ́. Àkọ́kọ́ rú ẹ̀ tí àwọn èèkàn lókọlọ́kọ ọmọ Yorùbá lágbàáyé yóò mọ parapọ̀ fún ǹdọ̀ kan sọ wípé Olúwa ó ṣe é. Tá a sì ti máa láǹfààní láti máa pàdé àwọn olólùfẹ́ wa gbogbo. Láwọn tí wọ́n jó nígbọ̀wọ́ fún ètò ìdúpẹ́ yìí. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ látòrí Yorùbá UK Central Office fúnra lára wọn gan. Tí wọ́n jó ní nǹkan là ń jọ ṣe. Kóìkì Media tí wọ́n jágbẹnusọ fún Dr. Sunday Igboho Òòṣà. Gbẹ̀dú magazine ti ká lára rẹ̀. Dr. Sabi Talk Show. Sanfatis FM. Gbogbo àpapọ̀ Yorùbá World Congress àti Yorùbá World Media lágbàáyé. Ọjọ́ ọpẹ́ lọ́jọ́ àbámẹ́ta lẹ́yìn tó jọjọ́ kejì oṣù kejìlá ọdún tí a wà yìí. Ní Abadasha Action College, Pips Road Side, Pips Road, London, SE14 5SF, UK 135 Pips Road, London, SE14 5SF ni ó ti máa wáyé. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ látago mẹ́ta ọ̀sán títí di agogo mẹ́wàá àṣálẹ́ UK time. Ọ̀fẹ́ àti ìrọ̀rùn ní ètò jíjẹ mímu ọjọ́ náà mọ pọ́sí fún wa. Tá ò sì ní gba kọ́bọ̀ lọ́wọ́ ẹnikẹ́ni fún owó ìwọlé. Tó já sí wípé gbogbo ẹni tó bá fẹ́ wá sí bí ètò ìgbà yìí lọ́jọ́ náà, ó gbọ́dọ̀ gba tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì wọlé rẹ̀ lórí Eventbrite. Lọ́kàtà bá ti tẹ First Yorùbá Community in UK Meet and Greet Thanksgiving. Lẹ́wọ̀n láǹfààní àti forúkọ yín àti àwọn tó bá fẹ́ tẹ̀lé yín wá síbi ayẹyẹ yìí kalẹ̀ lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́. Ẹ má gbàgbé wípé ètò tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì wa yìí dá lórí first come first serve. Fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé síwájú sí i tàbí tẹ́yin gan bá nírànwọ́ tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe fún wa kí ètò yìí lè wáyé kódò kí gbọ́ngbọ́n kan sí i. Bóyá yìí náà sì fẹ́ sọ kéèsì bísínẹ́sì tètò náà bá ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Ẹ lè fàtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ sọwọ́ sí wa látòrí ímeèlì wa ecco@yukgb.org àbí kẹ́ pè wá lórí 073-671-52852. Bákan náà ní ẹ lè pè 073-940-56266 tàbí kẹ́ pè 077-609-86460. Ọjọ́ ìdúpẹ́, ọjọ́ ayọ̀ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá lágbàáyé. Yorùbá World Media ló kéde lórúkọ gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá lágbàáyé.
Àwọn alájẹ́ kọjá sí olórí ojújú àgbẹ̀ wa o.
Ó kí gbogbo gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí i, mo kí Mr. Jack Olúṣọlá. Ó ní olórí burúkú ni ọmọ Igbo traitor níjàre, ìyẹn arákùnrin tó ń sọ pé terrorist ni olóyè Sunday Igboho. We don't joke with our leader and our heroes. Olóyè is one of our greatest presently. Taban sọ pé Ànábì. As far as, look, this is my Quran. I was born a Muslim. I have Christian Bible at home. I attended a Christian school. All I was told ever since I was growing up was that there was two religions. I was never even told that we have our own traditional religion until certain stage.
Oh yes, it's your.
We started understanding that but we were given the impression that you don't go around these people. But it is cool to go around the pastor and imam. At the age of 40 plus now, Oloye is my own prophet. Because I never met Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I never met Jesus Christ. But I can see Oloye. I spoke to him about 3 hours ago. I check on him all the time. He's doing very well where he is with his family. So if we are now saying that somebody sits somewhere and try to castigate Oloye Igboho like this bomb bastard young man called Nisama Isiengbon, olórí burúkú èèyàn tó ń ṣe fídíò tó ń sọ pé who the hell is Igboho to determine whether he should give ultimatum. Wherever you see this criminal guy, anywhere on social media, tell him to keep his dirty, stinking mouth away from Igboho. Because we, the followership of Igboho, just like you are following Jesus Christ, just like, thank you so much, all the way from Bauchi State. Somebody's watching me in Bauchi State. Thank you. Just like you are also worshiping Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But remember that we have 1,000 religions today. I am not here to criticize any religion. If you like, be an atheist. I will work with you. So, we don't joke with Igboho. And every day, I give him that assurance that I will be there. Because I know the importance of who Igboho is ever since our path came together. Igboho is not the only Yoruba man today in Yoruba world. We have very strong Yoruba people around the world. Billionaires, people that have spiritual power, people that can communicate with Almighty Creator, whether Christian, Muslim. When you go back and look at the history of different religions, people have what it takes to communicate with something. But please, do not come and abuse Igboho. We will abuse your father. We will abuse every part of your generation. Because Igboho is not the cause of the problem of Nigeria. 1 million Fulani will Igboho. Some of you say that, hey, but he ran away when the 500 soldiers came to assassinate him. A word is good as an advice. There is always another day. I send greetings. Sí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pátá. And let me quickly just appreciate, just to show you that we can see you there in the comment section, because we have become family. I don't have a problem with anybody that wants to support Tinubu. It is your right. If you like, support him. I make sure that I had my lunch before coming out again. Look, apple juice. That's what I drank. I hope that Tinubu can offer you the same thing. I am not saying that Tinubu is the cause of all the problem in Nigeria. But while Tinubu is the current president today, we expect him to provide basic necessary things of life. And the most basic is security. Any country that doesn't have security, I say shout out to Mr. Silver Badmos. You say good afternoon, sir. I will say good afternoon to you, sir. You also say evening, sir. Welcome back. Ekiminirole, Ekimiloson. And I'll take it, because if I go to Japan, they are already almost going to bed. I love the world. It is very good. I don't know whether some of you love the world that we are living today. I've been listening to the speech coming out from Lebanon. The world is getting interesting. I don't know whether some of you know what they call Lebanon. I have also been listening to Anthony Blinken, so I don't become biased. I love the world. I don't know whether you love the world, but Igboho and Babakitoye is saying that the Yoruba people are not getting welfare and security from what is known as Nigeria today. I would like to appreciate my family, my wife, my children, my mom. I'd like to say good afternoon to Mr. Jimo Gasikia. You say Akune Koiki Asakuni Kintia Tiboluku Eru Awon Fulani Hausa niye ni agbára Elédùmarè. I don't know whether what you are saying, I don't know what it means, whether you are abusing me, whether you are greeting me, but I can do something so that I can make it easy for myself. Let me go and translate what you just said. That is the beauty of technology. So I'm going to do a translation. So I'm going to allow this to pick on what I'm writing there. I don't know. You say, I believe that is Hausa. Is it Yoruba? Translate to English. Kimisha. Elédùmarè aboni njokan. Abori njokan. Eshegoni babawa. I go down there and I greet again. Jack Olushola says, that stupid boy called Nizama calling Majasola a terrorist. Can you imagine that? This Olori Buruku, see, our generation only, Gbogbo generation pata the terrorist mapa. He's not in Nigeria. He lives outside Nigeria. Bomb bastard. Mukeizi dollar. And this was sent to me from somebody in America saying, Blinken, obligation to self-defense belong to every nation. I love when people do screenshot of something that they know that me, I like it very well. We will defend ourselves. But it might take some time. We got to plan. We got to make sure that we got it right this time around. There will not be another election in Nigeria. That is if some of you agree with me. I told you, they will not do election. They will stop everything. Hey, Koikio, oh my dog Gosile, Mokeizi dollar. He understand me very well. Every 2 o'clock in the morning, UK time, Easy Dollar will send me a voice note just to remind me that tó bá jẹ́ mi nìkan mo wà lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú Ìgbòho, but I know that ẹ̀yin tó kù náà wà lẹ́yìn wa. I hope nobody's going to tell us again to come and vote in 2027. Ta ló máa vote in 2027? Say yes. How many people is going to vote in 2027? Mo ní ẹ má jẹ́ ká vote. Don't bring your religion to this place. Take your religion to your worship center. This is an activist section, self-determination. And I love that my uncle that sent this from America said, Koiki mo kàn ní kí n screenshot here. You see it? Anthony Blinken said, everybody has obligation to self-defense. I love Biafra. Because we don't have the weapon to fight. But I have this in my mouth that even if I always look forward to Igboho say, just go and deliver a message. I cannot deliver a message when Igboho doesn't send me, apart from my own program. But my own program as well, I can take it to anywhere. They are telling the Israel to defend themselves. Right to defense is something that we must accept. We will defend ourselves. And don't come and tell me, hey, we're going to need this. We need our own military. We don't need anybody. We don't need no military. But the first thing I want us to remind ourselves is the Nigerian government have interest in our welfare and security? If not, we must not allow another election. Because if we are not giving welfare and security, don't start campaigning for another election, because it will be the same thing. Let's burn our energy and say enough is enough and stop it. But you don't want to stop it because we are lazy people. We dey fear too much. I don't want to play fella because I'm trying to make sure that in the next year, I'll probably stop using anybody's video. I'll just do my program straight up. I'll do a lot of reading. From next year, I'm going to cut down using people's video so that I will know that it is my own original one. Who is going to vote in 2027? Say aye. I'm still saying good afternoon, good evening. Mr. or Alaji or Imam, I don't know. I say Saubana Inawonjo Op Omoala Dikun Igbowo. Babawa Ahmed Razak, good afternoon. Babami Babatunde Olatunji say, I didn't vote in 2023. Lefe so 2020, 29, 23. I know it's 2020. I will not vote again until we get out of the contraction. No Yoruba person should be thinking about voting again in 2027, regardless of whoever is there today. Because Enitoba Nibe must first give us welfare and security. If Tinubu is not giving you that, don't even think about voting again. I don't know how long it will take before Nigeria will break, but I am just preparing our mind. Prepare mind while delay. Me 2019, don't vote. We say no to election. At the end of the day, my people go vote. My people went to vote again. And look at the end results. Maybe it is too early. Mokidadi. Agbayama dale gbogboyan agbalagba. Babawa Adekunle Aleo. Moki Dr. Aleo no. Babami Dennis Dario Omitogun Moki Isa. Moki Yonjogbon. The learned people that understand that Yoruba people are suffering, but Koiki, ni mo agree. But at the back of this, my ogo, we will defend ourselves. Anthony Blink, I'm going to keep this. This is it. I'm going to post it out now. Anthony Blinken, and when Youngland Lansoro. Obligation to self-defense belongs to every nation. Yoruba people are also a nation. Because we're a nation. We might be under Nigeria, but we are a nation of our own. We will defend ourselves. But before we start talking about big batafe barawaja, akoko gboro ma so àwọn the nitty-gritty. Do you have welfare in Nigeria? Gbogbo owó tó ti ń pa ní Nigeria kí ló fi ń ṣe? I'm going to take you again to the OECD. I'm sure some of you remember that. Like I said, it's unfortunate that our machine that we can use to show you the back things and all that is dead. And until we have money or we can get this sorted out, we will continue to just use mobile phone for our streaming. Because that one, it says, back to back. So for now, it's just there. That is £3,000. Do you think that BBC is still using the same equipment from 3 years ago? They've upgraded. It's okay. Odudu has arrived. When people abuse Eshu Laulu, our prophet and my father Eshu, what do you people say? Nothing. Jesus is not my prophet. Jesus is a Jew. I am black and Eshu is my prophet. And you're right. We must not condemn other religion. If anybody wants to practice Christianity, let them practice it. We are not fighting for religion, but nobody must pull back our tradition. Mumbalodo any Manchester, Enyomida da Kentos, every month. Thank you so much, my beautiful auntie. Kellex Wallace says Igbowo should not go to Nigeria. Igbowo doesn't need to go to Nigeria. I said there are 1 million Igbowo in Nigeria. Igbowo will give order and we will follow that order as a foot soldier. But Igbowo will not just give order without factoring a lot of things. We spoke at length again today. It's a privilege. It's a privilege. I cannot compete with those ones. Moki Mr. Kel Wolex says Sunday Igboho should just watch and see what goes on, considering the empty threat of the northern fools. He can do a lot, but should just watch for now. And I will give him that advice. Mani, Bami, Lori's program, Lenny. I continue to so. I want you in Esha Mashiba Kema Wu. Oh no, that. Oh no, one new bale. Osha. Calculator Lorie. I feel for Mode, I feel for Fagbalagba. Adema will buy. You what she saw. But around Takwe, our welfare is not there. Our security is not there. What be Fulani 1 million that could get Igbowo nìkan. Àwa ò mọ Igbowo, àwọn northern àmọ́ Igbowo ló ṣe ń react. Mo gbọ́ bàbá Lẹ́kìtì lánàá, lálẹ́ àná. Àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ò mọ Igbowo. Àwọn ọmọ Igbowo mo sọ fún yín pé ó lé àwọn ohun kan tó jáde ní the same 2 years ago báyìí náà ni. Ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ àwọn northern consensus yẹn wọ́n wá soft landing lọ́dọ̀ wa ni. Maybe some of you don't know that. They are looking for soft landing. Talon run jẹun, àwa là ń rà now. No be enu, no be play. Tí Olóyè Igboho bá sọ pé gbogbo oúnjẹ wọn ní wọ́n ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, bam! Àwọn ọmọ mi máa jáde. But we are not there yet. So, like somebody said yesterday, they are trying to provoke us. But ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá ní Koiki, àwa la ní ọgbọ́n àti òye. Ìyẹn ló ṣe ń pè wá ní ọlọ́gbọ́n. They want to provoke us. They want Igboho to react. Bomb bastard. Wọ́n fẹ́ kí Igboho kó react. Mo kí ẹni gbogbo Woolwich, Bishop Adesina. I am on the backup channel. I am live here. I have many cameras. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cameras. And I have those that are listening to us on the MixLR. And maybe I should even use this one. Should we make it a little bit more interaction? Call in, questions and answer. I think we should do that. Mokiyami, First Bank. I won't give. Share our code come at the program. Because I won't want to pay me 3 years ago pé Koiki ọmọ kú iṣẹ́ takuntakun mọ́ mi. What is jẹun àrùn nínú banking system Nigeria? How many of your parents work in the bank and you were thinking, I call on phone, okay, one of my aunts, I can mention her name, the Abuaba family. Mo bá wo dọ̀tí lọ́wọ́ ìyá yẹn rí. Gbogbo time tó lóde bank tó fi tọ́lọ́ fi sọ pé àsìkò tó mú wọn lọ. A máa ń dúró kí ìyá yẹn wá kí wa ní every Friday tó bá ti kí Jímọ̀ tán. Tó ń bọ̀ láti wá sí phase 2 because owó tó máa gbà lọ́wọ́ ìyá yẹn brand new note ni. Àwọn olówó nìkan ló ná tún. How many of you have managed to see a brand new note and when was the last time? Akànrí lórí ẹ mọ̀ pé orí social media láti máa ń rí brand new note. That is how bastard that country is. Ṣé mọ̀ pé owó tuntun ló yẹ ká máa rí ná? I don't like touching the naira each time I go to Nigeria because what if it means in bra and not doing yami? What if it means in orishirishi? So I try to avoid touching this money anytime I go to Nigeria. Mokia Prince Jeje man, even though our path has not really been very straight, and I understand, but you're still a brother because we have done a lot together in UK. But you know what I'm talking about, and I'm not going to go into that. One thing I want to remind us all the time is Mokia Omobolaji, Sonke Mokia, Mr. Taiwo, Olowo Dosan said, we don't want the northern food. If Chief Dr. Sonny Bowo says enough of their food in the Southwest, that will be it. But we are not going to react. Let them be reacting like they want. You know when you take chloroquine, you know how chloroquine won't react to me. Yeah, it go what is sorrow. Yeah, you know chloroquine gonna eat your body. They be bomb bastard. Who the hell are the northerner to tell us that they will stop bringing their food? All that food they should take it to Borno State inside the IDP camp and feed the people there. We don't need a bloody hell food. But it is the responsibility of Bola Tinubu to now make sure that the southwest part of Nigeria must be equipped enough to be taking care of welfare and security. Give us those two, and then the Yoruba people will take care of themselves. Give the Yoruba people security and a bit of welfare. Isba went into a dormitory, a female dormitory, and go on the page on Twitter or Instagram, you'll find the video there. I'm not, going to play that to you. We don't want those kind. I want my wife to wear anything she feels comfortable in Yoruba land without anybody intimidating her. Just like when I go out there, even in the bloody weather as cold as it is, I don't want to live in a Sharia society. I want to live in a society where my welfare will be well taken care of. So the question I'm asking is the government going to take care of your welfare? Let me come down strictly to Akin Games on the MixLR. And thank you so much to a brother yesterday. $30. I'll sort you out. Never for me naira no. I will for me. Pounds and I appreciate those of you that wants to support, but you're like, thank you so much to that brother. Show our life. That's the program. Live by this live. The problem is I can't give a time strain that when I'm coming live. If I have a proper studio, I can give you a time and say, Koiki will be live and I'll just go into the studio. But I can't tell you that now because, it's not possible. So I expect everybody to have at least some of our platform that if I go live, it will show you notification. And forget about the numbers of people watching us. Through Koiki Media as a spokesperson. Bobo Nigeria me, and to say Facebook me, your man long 200 million people heard about what Igboho said. 7 days, the whole Nigeria was shaking. Chloroquine me. Now they want to provoke us. They expect Igboho to come out again and say something. Igboho day inside Igbale. If you don't know the meaning of Igbale, ask in the comment section. Ẹni tó bá ní kọ́kọ́rọ́ ló ń ṣílẹ̀kùn. Ẹ̀rọ ìgbà yẹn follow 2 by 2. Àwọn yẹn o. So we pay waste of time. Àwọn yẹn kàn jan talking ni. Ọ̀tọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Olóyè Igboho. Igboho Òòṣà. Igboho Òòṣà. Ní àwọn ọgbà bá mi coordinator. Mo ní ẹ̀rí tí mo sẹ́ni ṣe láàárọ̀ ẹ̀ wọ́n ní mo rí. Wọ́n ní mo ti dá ọ̀wọ́ yẹn lọ ọmọ àlè ni. Ọmọ àlè ni. Wọ́n náà ọmọ abóní. Mo náà ọmọ Fúlàní ni. Bí àwọn tí Fúlàní kò gbé Nàìjíríà o. So let's come back into the program. I would like to appreciate all our mothers, our fathers. Alan Conde. I almost missed the other side of the comment coming from Koiki Media. Thank you so much, Falana Muyiwa. People say the boy is a criminal. People want chop money inside this Tinubu government. They can go yafun Tinubu, Jakaba, Darosa, Dasibi, Dason. So they have to clean his image. Moken Yami Tawalori, Koiki Media Odudua, Yami Yunis. I think I saw Abiba comment, in the last program we did this morning. This is my third program. Interesting. I get the energy. Excuse me. Moke and Tawalori TikTok. Moke Yoruba movement. Moke Bubu. If I will mention your name, you can say Koiki. I am not the only best, but Nimi Dro Dada. Walai. Mo dúró dáadáa. Tí bá ní mo dúró dáadáa fún Yorùbá nation, ẹ gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo sọ fún yín. Mo dúró dáadáa. Confirm. Tí bàbá Akíntóyè bá lu aago pé ó yá, tí bò bá ní ó yá, tí bàbá Bánjí bá rí búlọ́gì bá ní ó yá. Ṣé rí gbogbo ilé ta ṣe ń ṣe? A ṣe ń warm up. We are just warming up. By the time those leaders says we are ready to go, nobody, America cannot stop us. UK cannot stop us. The last thing they will do, or the least thing they will do, they will tell everybody to come on the round table. So Gbogbo Bafegba Yoruba Nation is just a warm-up. None of the politicians. Money ati padeda pa Abiodun ri. I said to Chief, no, I can't feel it. It was coming through. I've told you this before. It was coming through a one way. We were going to tell him to go back or beat down my padà sẹ́yìn. Surutu àṣẹlẹ̀. Gbogbo firepower tó ń gbé bọ̀. Tí bá calculate gbogbo bullet tó wà lọ́wọ́ wọn kò tó 1 million. Òkú akú ni. I'm talking about Dapo Abiodun, the governor of Ogun State. We met him one day. We were traveling. They were coming on the one-way traffic. And Chief wanted to tell him to go back. But not to signal pé olóyè ló wà ní mọ́tò yẹn. Wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí hail wa. Igboho Òòṣà ogun security yẹn. Sherry, what we are saying that the welfare of the Yoruba people, or let me not be biased, the welfare of Nigerians is very, very important. And we expect the government to take care of Nigerians. But this government, I don't know whether they have what it takes to do so. I am getting concerned. There will be more crime in the new year. TJ Baba, shout out to you. And I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're probably about 9 o'clock in the morning. I don't know whether you're on your way to work or you're working night. People are working day and night abroad. It is not easy. So what we want to do is just to look at the Nigerian economy. Experts say Chinese import is undermining local production. We should not be used for other countries to survive. And one of it survive. Or share if survive. Do we want to survive? Even as you, as a Nigerian, do you want to survive? And if you want to survive, how are you going to survive? We must first ask for welfare and security. Our welfare, 8 a.m. in California. California, baby. Thank you so much. I thought as much, either 5-6 hours. So you're probably same state with Barbara Quarry. Moki went to California. Moki in Miami. Moki in Houston. Easy dollar, my brother. Thank you so much. Let us always remind ourselves that around the world, Nigeria is seen as a country that they can continue to use for their own selfish interest. But it is entirely up to us to say, enough is enough. We have what it takes to be great, but we will not be great in the present day Nigeria. We will never be great. So if your expectation is that we will be great in the present day Nigeria, please take that away from your mind. We can never be great. I would love us to be great, because when I start looking at some of the statistics, and I went back, I've never even gone through as far as these with our OEC world, which gives us statistics, data, and everything that we need to know. So I went back, and I'm going to share that with us right now. So I was looking at the data. We normally know that Nigeria, overview. In 2021, Nigeria was the number 30 economy in the world in terms of GDP. How does that reflect to you as Nigerians? So whatever I'm saying now, into a mama below, how am I enjoying all these numbers, figures, with my family? Because if we are told that certain things, like we're going to be hearing right now, reflect in our lives as people, as citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So why is it not reflecting? What is wrong? Okay, my check for care. Okay, Mr. Christopher Benga, Mr. Lolade Muki. Kilodetico reflect. Is something wrong? Or is it just for certain set of people? Ashatishe, I just spot you. Yadada. Mukia Molajiri Koka. Mukia Ojo. Muki Mubayinte Wanino, healthcare sector and every job that everyone was doing. Aziz Owolola Mukiisa. The reason why we greet people is just to let you know that we know that you're there, and sometimes we might miss one or two people. Do not get upset. Do not get upset. Bishop Adesina said that guy is from Akwa Ibom boy. He's sponsored by political party. He's just trying to make his own money anyway. But tell him not to ever mention Igboho. Mr. Oguntade Shemuki. I remember my secondary school. There was a girl that son named Ogun something. And there was this biology teacher that always knock her off all the time. Now we realize that Ogun is a good name. Bill. Can you call something? Can't remember it's been a long time now. To preserve this, we must have a Yoruba country, and I'm not joking. If we don't have a Yoruba country, there's no way we can look. They know that they are not trying in the present Nigeria to try to preserve. You can see the Osun State, Oshogbo is going on. People are doing different things. But to have a proper Yoruba, that does not disturb a Muslim. Now, Yoruba nation, we will take all the churches and bring them down. Nah. We are just saying that certain things that will mean that if I go to the bank, something is not right. Or English. If I go to the bank today, any of the High Street Bank, and I walk there and they say, good afternoon, Kilewi. Hello, Kilenso. Now they will start understanding that there's something wrong. Yeah, I can go and do that and pretend. So what would then happen is, because we live in the UK where there's so much Yoruba people, and somebody might just say, they they'll translate what I want to the bank consultant or the banking hall or whatever. That means my language is not understood by the next person. So by the time we have Yoruba nation, Tabani Yoruba country, Tiwa, the first thing that will be preserved is that every government official, every government places, no, every government institution, be it the court. Imagine going to the court, Council Yoruba, but all these corrupt elite, don't put down any lawyer, baby lawyer, CNN advocate of Nigeria, they're all criminals. Every one of them knows that that country cannot work, but look at how much money they've made from the election now. They will go and wait again for 2027. Atiku has spent money. You think all these lawyers that were going back to back, they're going to be giving money. So every Nigerian knew or knows that there's a problem. And I'll give you an example. I mean, he's my uncle. I love him. I appreciate what he does, even though our path is different. And he spoke, he wrote something on his wall. And I'll tell you who I'm talking about. By the time I mention his name, you will know him very well. He's a Yoruba man. He has lived in the UK before. He's now into property business in Nigeria. I've been giving you some breakdown. He's a public figure. We can mention his name. He follows me, and I follow him back to back. I'm not talking about that one. No. That one, that one is not into property now. This one has a big property. He has an estate. He's also a very staunch supporter, I'll probably say, for humanity. He just wants Nigeria to be great. Most of them want Nigeria to be great, but the country cannot be great. And I'm talking about no one else but Mr. Babatunde Gbadamosi. Amen Estate, right? I hope one day he will give me, even if it's just one bedroom there, because I don't get money. This is what he wrote on his timeline 2 hours ago. Dear diasporans, the British handed us very bitter lemon, just like they did to India before us and Singapore after us. The other countries dug in, worked and made sweeter lemonade than the Brits could ever dream of. US, we allowed the lemons to rot and started squeezing them to get juice out. We can do better. I don't know how we can do better if we remain in Nigeria, but let's just read further. But we all, as a collective, have to choose like the Singaporeans once did, to be led by only the best of us, regardless of ethnicity, religion, or gender. That is a problem. We cannot have people that will lead us if we still remain in the contraction. But let's go further. I just read this before I went on air. Until we do that, criminals like Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his massive cult will continue to be our portion. We have great Edo, Aang. I've never even heard about those ones. ANNANG, 300 and something ethnic groups. Melo Lefemo. Ibibo, I've heard about those ones. Tarok, Igbo, Sayawa, Yoruba, Agnas, Awusa, Ogu, Efik, Ijo, Kalabari, Beron, Ishekiri, Fulani. How will we work with Fulani people? Chief Tola Adeni says, in 1,000 years, we cannot work with them. So even if we are going to work with all ethnic groups, not Fulani, because their mindset is different. Hey, yami dada. Shall change your name? Timima T 1804. Uruko timari koni yetele ekaso ya dada. Sister mi komo yin. How to define organizing you? ọmọ tí dàgbà ní bá kọ́ link àwọn méjèèjì papọ̀ ni ẹ bá ń kí àwọn ọmọ yín àtàwọn grandchildren ẹ̀dẹ̀kú iṣẹ́ náà ẹ ti change orúkọ yẹn lórí Instagram orúkọ tí máa ń rí kọ́ nìyẹn tẹ́lẹ̀ o Ọlọ́run bá wà pẹ̀lú ẹ ṣé gan ni I have a lot of mothers that mo mọ̀ pé ti change ẹ̀ Ọlọ́run bá wà pẹ̀lú ẹ ṣé gan ni ẹ bá ń kí àwọn beautiful princess àwọn ń bímọ kalẹ̀ sí abroad ẹlòmíì ti kọ́lé akọ̀ jókòó báyìí pé màá ṣe o ṣé àwọn ọmọ ìyá tẹ̀lé mi lọ sí ìlú mi ọmọ yín mélòó ló máa tẹ̀lé lọ gbé lẹ́kìtì tó sí náà bàbá lẹ́kìtì ẹ má bínú àṣọ ọmọ mélòó ló máa tẹ̀lé wa lọ sí Ìjẹ̀bú Òde tabatẹ̀ ṣe solar panel ká ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ mo rí ọ̀rẹ́ wa K1 I'm sure pé gbogbo tó ṣe yẹn náà Lagos náà lọ sí because how many people want to go and live in those places that is not developed kò dẹ́ ṣe pé a lè develop it but should we remain as Nigerians it will be difficult to develop those areas quickly as we want mo rí Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún àwọn criminal ó ń gbé bọ́ọ̀sì kan káàkiri ó wà lórí Instagram page ẹ̀ ó dà pọ̀ ní gáàsì ló ń lò àwọn kan wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé títì wo ni I'm sure some of you have seen those buses in Ogun State títì wo those buses cannot drive in my village in Ìjẹ̀bú Òde it might drive in Abeokuta because Abeokuta has been opened up and all that. Maybe some of you want us to wait until they open up everywhere in Nigeria before we pray. No, we can still dissolve or dismantle Nigeria and the development will still continue. The only difference is that the development will be much more rapid than what it is today because I'm away diarawa. So let's go back again to my Egbomi Babatunde Gbadamosi. I've talked about Fulani, Urobo, Nupe, Gawari, Gabia, and many other ethnicities in Nigeria and around the world who are the very best in their professions. And we got to be honest, we have so many people, which is good. But other ethnicity are very brilliant as well. Eledumare, the creator, created every human being to at least be able to survive. It is now how it is welfare nurture, how there is security, and what other areas you want to talk about. Do not think about election now. Let us first be talking about the problem here before you start talking about election again. Because some of you are already preparing what if all this little run around. Election is not our problem now. The problem facing Nigeria now is the identity of Nigerians. Who are we? And how do we resolve the problem so that it doesn't disintegrate into much more bigger problem that we cannot curtail? Because we will not be able to curtail it. We can still talk about it now, but the moment it goes into the firepower, it will be very difficult. But we will still come back on the round table. So why do we do that? So I'm still going to what my brother is saying there, Egbomi. So he says again that we have very best professionals among all the ethnicity in Nigeria. But we cannot come together to run a country. Egbomi, how do we want to run a country? It's giving a good argument. Okay, we want to run a good country. But in the north, they are not running the country as we want it. In the southeast, they are not running the country because they are probably biased. In the southwest, we are also marginalizing. How do we run a country? Oh, you want the southeast to come and take over Lagos State? You want me to also go to southeast and take over because we are Nigerians? You can see that it will be very difficult when we say that we should live as one block. But you know that I can become a expatriate in Biafra land. Do you know that many people that travel to Nigeria to work, some of them are not even qualified than some of our professionals. You are well qualified than some of the expatriates that they are bringing. Most of the people, I don't say every one of them. Half of the people don't go out to China, they are prisoners. Especially the one doing the laborer job. They are prisoners. And the same people will be the ones, they are super... How do we explain to Nigerians? I saw some OAU boys They are doing skit. I don't know what they are doing. They on EFCC, on tell you. And I love them. They're becoming very bold. I saw one of them say, if you want shoot gun, shoot gun. Since secondary school, primary school, I don't hear the sound of gun. It's getting there. Me, I did like. Look, those are the kind of thing where me I did like. I don't pray, but I also at the back of my mind just say, just KFCC and let everything go back. From there, it goes AY. How do we explain to you that they are bringing? Look, not that I don't know. I have to switch off this heater. What's in heat up now? The house was cold earlier, and I just had to put it on. It's expensive, you know. Oh, heat, mommy. I have to go and switch it off, turn it down. Do you know that I have information from another family friend that said, look, I'm not going to tell you where. They are prisoners from China. Ni Nigeria, ni Yoruba, I'm not going to tell you the state. But what people are bad that could farm here. You know why? Because he's a former ex-military man. Because it is well secured. Can everybody get those kind of privilege? I was speaking to my wife and she said, okay, we were talking about something to do with farming. I can't remember. I can't call her now because I'm already live now. But it's got to do with something farming. And she was saying that Obasanjo farm, bomb bastard. Obasanjo was using his whatever produce from that farm as an export. Okay. Olosino store. And, she was, saying that, there's a store that has different produce that they are selling from egg to chicken, big warehouse, big industry, like Akalamago was showing us 2 years ago when he lives, I think, in Italy, somewhere around there. You don't throw cows to be eating our grass or our farmers' produce or whatever. To fish a business, and you go and secure it. So then she mentioned Obasanjo. I said Obasanjo was never interested in the welfare of Nigerians. Bear with me. Let me turn the gas, the heating off. Yeah, we need a lot of gas, and the gas boku for Yoruba land and also the southeast. That's why they are moving the gas out. So you are not seeing it, but behind me here, Onra Milara, keeps the house warm, like air condition. Kento said the only solution to break Nigeria to save lives, nothing come good. So let me go back again to what, Babatunde Gbadamosi, Amen Estate. This he posted on his Facebook page 2 hours ago. So he went further to say, until Nigerians reject criminality vigorously, violently, oh my God, violently. The moment we do that, the country will break apart anyway, which is what Showore is looking for. Showore is just looking for that avenue that everything will heat up and everybody will just flare up. But it doesn't get there because just like that, Prophet Taple Laroy says that he's praying that Nigerians should start paying 5,000 naira per liter. Then everybody will go. Everybody ma your konko. Politician ma on my work be. What work be? Kia. Imagine they can hear that 300,000 students are on their way to Alausa. How many people soldier go kilo? How many people soldier go? Hey, then go kill us. 300,000 in another state like that, in another state like that, in another state like that. But Nigerians do not want that yet, which we can understand because it has not got to that stage. So what we are saying is that before you get to that stage, can you have a system just like Babatunde Gbadamosi is saying? Do not blame any foreign power for our predicament and do not expect them to come to our aid. I love that side. We don't have to agree with everything he's saying. But Tabale agree with you, let's just extract it from there. He's a Yoruba man, and I understand. Some of them are just now becoming very bitter. He has lived in UK and he has gone back to Nigeria. He's doing very well, but I'm not sure Nigeria is doing what exactly he wants to do. He wants to be a governor at some point, but ẹ̀yin ará Èkó ẹ̀ ní vote fún Gbàdámọ́sí nígbà táwọn Jagaban. I remember the election time. On your mandate, we shall stand, Bola. On your mandate. Even the people where they are abroad, they shout on your mandate. I'm not sure whether they're still shouting on your mandate. Politics, Amala and Begiri, what you know they do? The same politics that they cannot play here, they are playing it in Nigeria. And that's why some people are just waiting for that avenue to become politician. Because it's just, look, I went to read what Dele Momodu wrote about Wiki. He started as a counselor or somewhere around there. Wiki has now, become a don. Wiki is expecting to be paid 20 billion from what I'm hearing every month from the coffer of the state. Hell, these people get money. They ask for $30,000. I don't get them. And people don't give me $30,000. But these politicians get money and they are ready to use that money to suppress you. So the question now is, we are fighting against demons. Miss Good, Muriembe. We are fighting against demons that has so much money and they are using the money to suppress many Nigerians today. And Bishop went further to say the Northerners are already succeeded. We are not secessionists. Their Sharia law and the institution makes them another territory away from Nigeria. But imagine if Egbon Gbadamosi also becomes a full-blown Yoruba campaigner. That is a good message to millions of his followers. He's a public figure. But he's still trying to see that maybe there will be a chance that Obedient will come in and then we can push Tinubu out, and then Obedient will come in and some Yoruba say, hey, Gbadamosi, I'm blocking. If he comes on board as a Yoruba nation campaigner today, fully using every knowledge, all his resources, even if you don't put money down, don't you think that we have gained somebody like his own caliber? But my boy is still trying to work with Nigeria. The Nigeria we don't die. Kini Mr. Debanjo, their family, they eat the breakfast now on their mandate now. Hey, imagine if Egbon Babatunde Gbadamosi comes out officially and declare for Yoruba nation. Do you know that some people will fight him, but some of his people that are with him, maybe they are just waiting for somebody like this to say it. And we will all still be in this territory called Yoruba nation, and we will still be able to explore. We will still be able to, he might even be able to expand his Amen estate to Ekiti, to Kwara, even to my hometown, Ijebu-Ode, and he will still be a billionaire in Yoruba currency. But Egbon is still saying, until Nigerians, who is Nigeria? The same thing that you told us that British handed us to bitter lemon and all that, you are still saying we are Nigerians. You can see the reason why our elite that we expect to be on board fully with us. Not to be saying we love what you guys are doing. No, we want everybody to be on board and then say enough is enough. And imagine what it would have brought to this movement with somebody of his own caliber. And he went further before I move away from there because of the time constraint. And we've really spent a lot of time, even though we did start early. And please, apology for that. Do not blame any foreign power for our predicament, and do not expect them to come to our aid. So I love when Nigerians say, we are going to report Bola Tinubu to America. Eyo, which America? America will report Bola Tinubu. I understand some of those that are making that push like David Odoye. David Odoye is just doing his job. That's what journalists does. It's not going to make any changes to America with Bola Tinubu. If they like, make requests for Bola Tinubu FBI case. What we are saying is, let everybody start talking about dissolution of Nigeria. No, some of them still wants to keep Nigeria, and you will never get welfare and security. People like Neferati, Aisha Yusuf. Oh, I think that one don't run away. I think she's in America now. Reno. Oh, not if activism, what if gbera. What if activism, what if gbera. Just like it's just like me, I'm doing Yoruba Nation now, and I'm praying that we don't get Yoruba Nation. Which kind of message be that? Me, I want us to get Yoruba Nation today, so that me too I can have a better life inside the Yoruba country where we dey talk. They are all fighting for Nigeria that is dead. Ben Yami, our elite, Babatunde Gbadamosi is a well-known individual, big public figure. Give us the endorsement of Yoruba Nation, fully do a press statement or more. That also drives the message. But until Nigeria reject criminality vigorously, violently, relentlessly, Nigeria will continue to be the big black fool of the world. So why must we be the black fool when the Yoruba people can come out, when the Biafra can stay? And if those that are saying that, okay, you all that are saying that this nation, what about all these small community that are also ethnic groups as well? How do we deal with them? Let me say this, okay? Don't come and tell us nonsense, okay? If Nigeria break to 300 countries, I don't care. Gilberta is 32,000 people. 32,000 people. So if any of this community are saying that we want to have our own country, we don't want to go with Yoruba or Biafra or more, they become a country. And they will have to still work with another bigger country to survive with what they don't have. It will become trade by barter. And I can go and be living in that. I can go and live in Nupe until I know that my Yoruba government will protect me. If anything happened to me in Nupe, they will send anybody to come and help me. And as long as Nupe is also a place to live, maybe they get wife where have you married there. Maybe they get business where have you do there. I want to live in Nupe as a country. But I don't want to go and live in Sokoto because Muke must be Cabo Soreto. Kusheta Butaku. Ashaye Kayode Mukiyi. Mukiyomi King as well. Mr. Femi Kasali Mukiyi. As long as I Muki Grammar Adegbe Yawoni Mudeke Wenjaro, Ebomi Karonwe Mukisa. Mukente Wolina Lori TikTok, Cabo Soreto. So as long as, but I am saying again, you work very hard and should not have to lose your hard-earned money to a culture of criminality, foster, encouraged, celebrated by corrupt politicians and their brainless supporters. Emi Lokan, Baba Emi Lokan. On your mandate, we shall stand, Bola. On your mandate. Àwọn kan tẹ̀ tó wọ plane, wọ́n tẹ̀ sí wa lójú. A ti wà nínú plane. À ń lọ Abuja. Èmi náà wọ́n gbé plane yẹn bọ̀ London. Some of you did not even get visa from team. Maybe some of you are still trying to. I hope some of you supporters will get welfare and security. The rest of us have agreed that if Tinubu give us security before we break, if you don't give us, we go to manage. I'm sure you understand what I mean. Some of you, Sonki Muke, Mr. Ayodeji Kayode, some of you expect that this government or more, which is not bad. If you have the opportunity, just jump. But we are talking about the majority today now that might not even be able to have that same opportunity. So I'm going to leave Babatunde Gbadamosi, then come back again to the OEC. And let's talk about some data here. And when I'm talking about this data, the question you should be asking yourself is, so what I want to start with is I'm going to go back to, this is export. You might want to start having pen and paper just to take note in case, so that we don't lose the figure. Or you can put it in the comment section. Export to Nigeria, 2 years ago, in 2023, right? There's no update on the 2022 yet. I think it takes time before they, put it together and all that. So, but I can tell you that the export for Nigeria, I'll give you as far back as 1995. It has changed drastically in terms of the figure. But as it changed in our life, because you will expect that the more money life were better, yes or no? I mean, if the country is making money, you will expect that Ojekawa not live a better life. Just like we are complaining here in UK that what on no si tati poju. What they not so go Ukraine in Konkonye, jẹ́ ká àwọn arúgbó wà níbí báyìí fún wa lówó. Àwọn ọ̀dọ́ káwa lọ fa gbòòrò. But is a tax. I'm sure you all understand what I'm saying. So when I start telling you about the data from 1995, I'll first tell you the one of 2021. You should ask yourself, why are we still poor? Níbo ló ń kówó yẹn sí? Níbo lówó yẹn wà? Mo kí Mr. Dayo Salako, mo dẹ̀ kí sister mi náà Ṣọlá Salako, mo kí Alhaji Alabi, mo kí Kunle Bakers, Ijaya Jaya mo kí. So the 2021 data says that our total export, and I'm sure we all know the meaning of export. And tó bá mọ̀ ẹ lè sọ pé Koiki mo má jẹ́ kí n parọ́ fún ọ mo kàn gbọ́n tó ń sọ mo mọ̀ meaning export. Export is ọjà tá ń send síta. Whatever it is that we are sending. But I can tell you that out of the proportion of what we are sending, crude petroleum will take majority of it, 41 billion. The whole total is 57 billion. So in the nutshell, to buy export crude oil or more, Amadabi Venezuela, at it in towards that side. Hello, Venezuela, only a potopo, and all this is also due to Intigba that Moses so America, I want to make sure we what crush juice here that. Britain gbé juice lé wọn lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Àwọn kan wá ti gi bọ̀ lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́. China ti gi bọ̀ lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ pé ọmọ ó dà pé mùdùmùdù yẹn ọwọ́ Ọ̀ṣun state ló wà. Ó dà pé ní gold tó pọ̀. Wọ́n ti gi yẹn bọ̀ dáadáa. Àwọn bá kan wá ní ẹ wọlé. Èyí tẹ́ ń ti gi bọ̀ yẹn ẹ jẹ́ kẹ́ wọlé tán lọ bá ṣí ọ̀nà. China ó dà a máa ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ fún yín. A máa fún yín níná. A máa fún yín ní this. Lọ bá ń kó góòlù wa lọ. Venezuela is a communist and a socialist state. Well, whatever it is, ìyà ń jẹ wọ́n. Wọ́n lé epo kò jẹ́ kó máa jìyà. Àwa náà lé epo kò jẹ́ ká máa jìyà. Thank you so much, Mr. Tunji. So what I'm trying to explain to us is that what is our welfare and security? Ọwọ́ ta ló wà àti pé kí ló dé tí a ní enough welfare? Kí ló dé tá a ní enough security? Mr. Ayodeji sọ pé suffering in despite immeasurable resources. Ó ti pọ̀ jù. And I think Tinubu ti ń gbẹ́sẹ̀ lé àwọn kan nísìn. Let's pray for him for good health. Because tẹ́ ẹ bá pray fún tó bá ti kú, èmi ò gbàdúrà kú fún. Ṣé tí màá gbàjọba nìyẹn o? Ká lè tètè kó lè ti yeye wá. Ó sì bẹ́tà ká máa rí Tinubu báyìí. Jagaban ká dẹ̀ mọ̀ pọ̀ ọdún mẹ́rin tó bá ṣe ọdún mẹ́rin tán tẹ́ bá rí tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì fún lọ́dún kejì. But tó bá ṣe pẹ́kẹ́, Shettima becomes automatically the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Oh, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi àwọn fẹ́ sọ, ẹ ti sá kúrò ní YouTube àbí? Ẹ mọ̀ pé máa ń dá yín mọ̀ lórí YouTube. Mo tí mo views yín lẹ́nujọ́ mẹ́ta ẹ̀, mo rí yín mọ́ lórí YouTube. Okay, yín nìyẹn. Okay, mo ti rí yín nísìnyí. Àwọn ti Jagaban gan nìyẹn. Wọ́n ṣe Yoruba nation but it's also Jagaban. They are even planning to remove Ondo State from NDDC. We no go give. Don't remove NDDC from Ondo State. For 10 years, no one of them check my bio. Check your bio and would you only 18. Maybe I use for social self-determination. Ìlàjẹ ní Ondo State bí ṣe gbọ́ wọ́n ní 10 years wọ́n kàn wọ epo lọ ní àmọ́ bí tó gbé lọ. So the total export for Nigeria is 57.7 billion. Okay? So, in the country, tó bá jẹ́ pé àlépo, that means pé gbogbo export wa jáde ẹyọ ká tẹ̀ sọ pé okay, that means pé we'll be exporting just 16 billion as a country. I hope you get the figure. Our total export tó ń jáde kúrò ní Nigeria is 57.7 billion US dollars as at 2021. I'm sure pé ìdajì owó yẹn kan padà wá sí Nigeria ó há síta ni. But in tó jẹ́ the bigger share of that is the crude petroleum that took 31 billion or 41.8. So tabade your 41 kúrò nínú 57, it gives us 16. So that means we are not doing well as a country in production, in producing. We are not doing well at all. Kilodata should do well is because something is just holding us back. What is holding us back? Not that we don't have the skills, not that we don't have the people, not that we don't have everything. Ilaja is the first place to discover oil. No single development till date, not even an electricity. Did you hear that? And the people in Ilaja are not upset because they are thinking that one miracle is just going to come down, especially because what infiltrates were with all this religious mentality that we must not do anything. No. But if Netanyahu, I mean, whatever it's called, only there's time for there's time for war. No, there's time for the word of God, and there's time for war. Now, let's go back to 1995. 1995, military, it was the military time. So it will be difficult for me and you to do anything during, because but as at the time military were there, what people better military. Even though they were a little bit more lenient, some people will say that even Yoruba military got that told them democracy law, but some people say no, we don't want military. I'm sure we all understand what I'm saying. So during the military time, so let's go back and see 1995. I can say that 1995, I just came out of secondary school. And throughout my secondary school, I paid for almost everything. But do you know that in 1995, take note about my office in the comment section. In 1995, again, based on the only major increment of the devil, it became some years back, that crude oil is the increment of the devil because it has not done anything. It has not been useful. It has not add value to any Nigerians. You can disagree with me in the comment section whether I am telling the truth or not. We don't pray for military regime. I can't stand it. But I want to jeju. Àwọn tó kówó jẹ nígbà military lára wọn ni wọ́n ti di civilian lẹ́nìí. Lára wọn ni wọ́n sponsor àwọn civilian tá fi padà sí ní 1998, but we will get there. Let's first look at the data. Ní 1995, our export out of Nigeria was 11.3 billion. You can see why. Abacha ló ṣì wà lórí oyè ní 1995. I guess so now. Yeah. Ìgbà Abacha kú náà pé 97 kan ló kú. 1995, Mr. Tunde Bab sọ pé since the discovery of the oil boom in Nigeria has been a curse in disguise, not a blessing, because that started the beginning of corruption. Kí ni mo ṣe sọ ní tọ́ni? And ìyàn kan ní increment of the devil ni. 1998 l'Abacha kú. That means pé Abacha was able to steal. Because looking at this data now, it indicates that yes, gbogbo owó tó ní Abacha jí lóòótọ́ yẹn, òun nìkan kọ́ ló jí. Mo ṣe program lórí the former Kebbi State tí Tinubu fi ṣe Minister of Budget àbí kankan nísìn. Ìyẹn ló ń bá Abacha gbowó lọ kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà. Kódà ó negotiate pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà pé kó má gba gbogbo owó tó wà lọ́wọ́ òun, but òun á dá díẹ̀ padà. So ìwọ tó ń pèrè ní Nigerian, are you getting the welfare and the security? See, let's start from 1995. Ta ló bí ní 1995? Because tó bá bí ní 1995, béèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn parent ẹ pé ǹjẹ́ o gbádùn? Ǹjẹ́ wọ́n bí ẹ ní bíbí dáadáa pé o rí welfare gbà ní 1995? Because I left Abeokuta Grammar School in 1995 as an absorber. And I know that my mom has already left Nigeria as far back as 4 years before then, because in Kontife Madi, Komadi pa Alaja Maloma Toro, Magi London next door neighbor, Alaja Yashekini, Oya Gbonpali Patapata, Oya Wajoko si London, Kole Bari àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ tọ́jú. So when you see me today sitting here, ìyá tèmi ti wọlé láti wá lè máa tọ́jú àwa. Àwọn ìyá tó ń ṣe business to the tune of thousands of dollars. Mo ti sorry so many times. $20,000 ni ìyá mi sọnù sí Heathrow Airport through traveller check. Ọkọ̀ ẹ̀rẹ́ ni kó ṣì máa lọ. Few texts làwọn bá rajà. One bastard. Nígbà tó rí pé dọ́là burúkú yìí, ó ti ń di in tó máa di pé wọn ò ní lè ṣẹléye tó máa jèrè mọ́. Ó ya gbọ́n pálí ẹ̀. Ó ya dànù. àwọn tó sọ tó lọ níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn kì má lọ síbẹ̀ yẹn, let me just leave that. Àwọn ọmọ wọn bí ẹ pé bí àdúrà lọ ń ṣe fáwọn parents wọn. Imagine parents that have money. Àwọn ilé ní àwọn ṣe tí mo sì mi bá travel wọ́n máa ń ṣe owó fún wọn padà kó tó dé. Àwọn máa ń fowó ṣeré ni. Alájà ẹni $60,000 mo fẹ́ sáré jáde máa dé padà nísìn. Tó bá ti lọ that was when Nigeria we thought it was still working. Ìyẹn làwọn ọmọ Yorùbá àwa Yorùbá people because à ń rí business ṣe à ń rí ọjà tà nígbà tí gbogbo ẹ̀ wá ń lè mọ́ ọ nísìn ẹ̀ tún wá ní ká dúró síbẹ̀. I pity a lot of you. My parent mama tèmi ó ti ya dànù ti pẹ́ nígbà tó ti ń wo future yẹn pé I better kí n lọ London. Bá dé London màá máa ṣiṣẹ́. Business là ń ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ ṣe ń ṣe business dọ̀la. I was still with my mom this week. Tí wàá dénú ilé mom sí mi ọjà pọ̀ ń bẹ̀. Even at her age ó dẹ̀ ṣe ń travel and I don't have to tell you country to law but all these will be documented. Èmi ò ní láti kọ̀wé nísìn. So what we are saying is that àwa táwa jẹ́ ọ̀dọ́ nísìn tó bí ní 1995 ìwọ ṣe wá ń sọ fún mi pé Nàìjíríà máa dá. Èmi tó jẹ́ pé gbogbo in tí mo lò ní secondary school lẹ́yìn pé mom sí mi mú mi dé Abẹ́òkúta grammar school ló ti travel. Gbogbo tí mo lò ní secondary school pátá owó UK ló máa send wá sí Nàìjíríà olóṣìníwọ tó ń sọ pé Nàìjíríà máa dá. Owó UK tí ìyá mi fi ń ṣe wàhálà tèmi ò tẹ̀mọ̀ pọ́n ṣe wàhálà tèmi mama ní mo fẹ́ Timberland mo fẹ́ this ẹ̀bọ̀ fáwọn ọmọ kéékèèké mom I want this mom I want that àṣeyà yẹn ń ṣe double shift ni nígbà tí mo wọlé ní 98 mo sunkún ni pé lèmi náà bá ní ó da mo ti dé bí báyìí kí lẹ̀ ń ṣe ní bí báyìí iṣẹ́ lẹ̀ ń ṣe àjọ máa ṣe náà ni. I pity a lot of Nigerians that cannot foresee another future that we are talking about. And you wá rò pé if we were making 11 billion in 1995, kí ló lè múra àwọn parents tí wá fẹ́ sá kúrò Nigeria? You would thought that the country will start growing. Débi pé gbogbo wa máa grow pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. But they are not ready to grow with everybody. Olórí burúkú ni wọ́n. Wọ́n grow pẹ̀lú ara wọn, pẹ̀lú àwọn foreigner tó ń kówó yẹn jáde kúrò ní Nigeria. They were not using the money to invest in Nigeria. You are now telling me after how many years tẹ́mi ti kúrò ní secondary school that Nigeria máa dá. I pity a lot of you. Wọ́n náwọn èèyàn tẹ̀lé celebrate 100 days ti pé ni. Èmi gan máa rántí. Ìjọ́ 100 days. Wọ́n ní wọ́n tẹ̀lé. Kò sówó lóde. Kò sí owó ní òde. Ẹ ṣe gan ẹgbọ́n mi triple DRS. I am still stuck with 1995. Mo kàn fún ẹ ní the back end of what is called Nigeria now. Not that we were not making money, but kò pọ̀ náà níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn. But in tó jẹ́ kó pọ̀, òun náà ni pé crude oil yẹn. 11 billion. Àwọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní bank, bí àwọn ìyá mi tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní First Bank, àwọn ọmọ gbogbo transaction tó ń lọ tó ń bọ̀. Wọ́n wá wo owó yẹn pé owó tó ń lọ yìí kò padà paperwork tó jáde yìí. Mo ní mọ̀ sí mi, she was the secretary for Mobile Oil. Wọ́n ní kan náà àwọn ọ̀gá wọn Northerner níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn. Wọ́n náà fẹ́ kọ́ ilé. Ó dẹ̀ expect pé kó gba loan lọ́wọ́ ibi iṣẹ́ kó dẹ̀ dá sí orí ilé yìí lọ́wọ́ ní lọ́wọ́ ní no wọ́n ní ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Nítorí máa ṣe ni pé mo ní láti bèèrè lọ́mọ sí mi bó ṣe ṣàlàyé fún mi again. I think they eventually come up with a plan for him. Wọ́n padà kọ́ lé yẹn but wọ́n máa ń deduct owó yẹn dé. But he expected the whole Mobile Oil níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn. Ó expect pé kó gbé owó yẹn fóun gbàgà kóun lọ fi kọ́lé. That is the mentality of the North. Àwa là ń ṣe nísìnyí la ṣe ń realize pé Yorùbá gan tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn kò think of fraud because wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́ with dignity ni. Níbo ni kò ti bọ́ ọmọlúwàbí pé ó jalè nínú ibi iṣẹ́ kò ṣe pé àwọn kan ń ṣe o. I pity a lot of you. Mo sọ fún yín pé mi ni last man standing lórí Yorùbá nation. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni U-turn ni mo sì mi ṣe lọ sí America ní 1980. Tó bá mọ tán pè ní U-turn lọ́bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ àwọn parent ẹ̀ tó bá ṣe wà láyé pé bọ̀bọ̀ kan sọ pé wọ́n máa ń ṣe U-turn nígbà tí Nigerian Airways ń jẹ́ Nigerian Airways. U-turn ló ń ṣe lọ sí US. Wọ́n ń sùn mọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ tó bá gbéra níjọ́ Friday. Àjọ ń jẹ breakfast níjọ́ Sunday ni. Ìwọ ṣe wọ́n sọ fún mi nísìn. Èmi ò tún wá sí ní Nàìjíríà mọ́. Èmi náà tó wà lábroad. Èmi dẹ̀ tó wá sọ nísìn pé ìdí mi náà mọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀. Èmi náà rò pé Nàìjíríà ṣì máa dà ní. But Nigeria ò lè dá because as at 1995 we were making 11 billion. Let's move swiftly to that cycle. nígbà tó di 1996 definitely yẹ kó lọ sókè ní kò yẹ kó wá sísàlẹ̀. Mo kí ẹ Val Ọlákúnlé, my brother in truth, àwọn tí ṣòwò rẹ̀. Mo kí ẹ Easy Dollar, Waris mo kí ẹ. Nígbà tó di 1996 owó yẹn má tún lọ sókè, ó di 17.4 billion. Ọmọ ibo ló wá kó gbogbo owó yìí sí kẹ̀? We're talking about big figure here now. Owó burúkú lówó yìí níjọ́ náà náà ní 1996 kí Nàìjíríà make it 17.4 billion. Kí ni àwọn parent níjọ́ náà náà ṣé wọ́n rí ṣe nínú 17.4 billion? Because as at this time, ìyá tèmi ti yá dànù. Ìtorí pé dọ́là yìí ó ti ń affect business wọn. Dọ́là ò tí ì di 1,000 níjọ́ náà náà, it is still less than 30 something naira. At least èmi sì gbọ́jú mọ́ pé mo tẹ̀lé mọ́ sí mi dé jàǹkàrà níbi tó máa ń tago sí láti Hong Kong, kò dẹ́ ṣàgó nìkan, different things like that. (1996) Nigeria pa 17.4 billion ló wọlé. Níbo ló kó gbogbo owó yìí sí? Kí ló fi ṣe? Àwọn wo ló benefit nínú ẹ̀? Nígbà tó máa di 1997, mo fẹ́ jẹ́ kí mind máa rántí pé 1999 la padà sí democracy àbí. So gbogbo táwọn tí mo ṣe ń sọ yìí, ó wà lọ́wọ́ àwọn ìjọba olè, àwọn military. Gbogbo wọn ti ra lé, wọ́n ti jẹun bẹ́ẹ̀, èmi ti kú dànù. Àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀kọ́ ń gbádùn lọ nísìn, àwọn ọmọ míì ti wọ gbó lọ, àwọn míì ti fa gbó lọ, ti fa drug, míì ti pààyàn, míì ti wà lẹ́wọ̀n. Because owó tó lò yìí, owó tó jẹ́ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá, gbogbo ọmọ Igbo, gbogbo ọmọ tó ń pè ní Nàìjíríà, but at the end of the day it was not used for every single one of us. Ìyẹn mo ṣe sọ pé àkọlé tètò tèmi, the Nigerian government has zero interest in the welfare and security of its citizens. 0%. Because the reason why a lot of us are struggling today in Nigeria is because money that was meant to have been used in Nigeria during that time, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Túndé Babs, is a fact. Owó tó yẹ kó lò fún gbogbo wa lélẹ̀, tó yẹ kó fi kọ́ hospital, tó yẹ kó fi kọ́ this, wá dẹ̀ máa ṣe kí ni, wá kọ̀ máa look, ìlú yìí, ìgbà tí mo dé ìlú yìí, mo realize pé àwọn hospital kan náà kò ń ṣe gbogbo wọn náà ló gbádùn, wọ́n máa upgrade ẹ̀, ìmí wá dáwó, school náà wá dáwó, wá ṣe kíní kan. Àwọn ọ̀tẹ̀ wá ṣe kankan, everything became dilapidated. Kátà sọ pé àwọn military were wrong, wọ́n invest. Amadeudo ti civilian láìpẹ́. Nígbà tó di 1997, owó yẹn tún lọ sókè láti 17. Okay, ní 1997, ó dà pé between 97 and 96, ó dà pé the same thing náà ṣe ni. Okay, no, ó lọ sókè díẹ̀. Nígbà tó di 1996, 17.4. Nígbà tó di 1997, owó yẹn lọ sí 17.8, ó gùnkè by 4 billion. Àwọn kan wá sọ Nàìjíríà di cash out. Àṣẹ cash out tá à ń lò ní Amẹ́ríkà sí la fi ń gbowó yẹn, èmi ò rí tèmi gbà mọ́ nísìnyí torí kò ṣiṣẹ́. Àwọn tó dẹ̀ wà l'Amẹ́ríkà wọ́n fẹ́ fún mi lówó, wọ́n ní Kóìkì á fẹ́ fún ẹ lówó, but a lè máa send ẹ̀ sí London. Aláṣẹ ó dà pé wọ́n ní ọ̀nà kan tó wà, wọ́n pè ní wise, máa ṣiṣẹ́ lé lórí. Ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ máa fún mi lówó yẹn tẹ́ wà l'Amẹ́ríkà, Ọlọ́run á bá fún yín lálàáfíà. Ẹ support wa, ẹ ṣé gan ni. Nígbà tó di 1997, the money went to 17.8 billion. These are not naira. Dollar ni mo ń sọ yo, our export. Owó tó yẹ kó padà sí Nàìjíríà for infrastructure, for road network, for this, for that, for security, for light, for welfare. But a government that doesn't have the interest of its people, what do you expect them to do? Nígbà tó wá di 1998, àwọn Tinubu náà wá ní owó tó ń jáde yà àwọn náà ń smell à ń rí àwọn nàdẹ́kọ̀ ẹ̀hàn káwọn ìgbà náà àwọn náà máa monitor gbogbo àwọn owó báyìí. Ọmọ we no go gree o, we no go gree. But Tinubu sọ pé we no go gree láti London òun náà ti ń sọ. Tinubu was in London for 4 years. Mr. Oluwafemi sọ pé the corruption in the civilian is even higher than the military. Civilian has now advanced. They are now colony master. Ṣé pé àwọn military yẹn small tó ni? I understand some of you might like, but Koiki, ó ṣe máa sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí, ó ṣe máa jẹ́ máa sọ̀rọ̀, máa bú ogun wa. No, I am different. We cannot all be the same. Now, Tinubu náà ti wá rí pé ọmọ owó ń wọlé sí Nàìjíríà, gbogbo àwọn governors yẹn náà, gbogbo àwọn politicians yẹn náà, ọmọ ànígbà bọ́lá ṣe mú Abacha ìyẹn bá kú dànù. Kúkú àkútú kú ẹ̀ lọ́rùn. Délé Momodu wá ní òun forgive àwọn family Abacha, kò ní forgive wọn nígbà tó bá ti gbé dọ́là lé lọ́wọ́. nígbà táwọn àbátà bá ti sọ pé bàbá wa ló ṣe o Uncle Délé Mọ̀mọ́dù ṣe máa bá wa ṣiṣẹ́ àbẹ́ bá wa ṣiṣẹ́ ovation a máa sanwó ni o Délé Mọ̀mọ́dù wa ní I have forgiven Abacha òyìnbó bá pọ̀. That one is just on the side. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi bá ń gbọ́ program ni pé Koiki èmi náà ló wá fi ń tan yín báyẹn ọ̀rẹ́ mi dẹ̀ lájọ jẹ́ náà. I love him so much. Tí bá tún wọn ní sáwọn agbé fún ẹ̀gbọ́n dáadáa. Now nígbà tó wá máa fi di 1999 àwárò pàtí wọnú democracy, so you will expect that the country ọmọ sótú já wálẹ̀ ni èèó nǹkan ti ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn that means pé bí epo lọ́lẹ̀ nìyẹn ẹ jẹ́ padà sí 98. Okay, ó lọ sókè ni 1998 was 11.6 kí ni 96 ó dà kó ó fluctuate o nígbà tó di 97 ó lọ sí 17.8 billion nígbà tó dẹ̀ máa fi di 98 ọmọ ó já wálẹ̀ ni o. Ta ló lè mọ kí ni reason tó ṣe já wálẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ẹ̀yin tẹ́jọ́ ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n tẹ́wà lórí program nígbà tó di 98 the export went to 11.6 billion láti 17 I lose almost 6 billion kí ló dé ẹni sùúrù o ṣáwọn ọmọ Niger Delta ti blow pipeline nígbà yẹn nàbí báwo. Let me go back again to 1997 the export out mo gbọ́dọ̀ kọ ilé sílẹ̀ because ó fi máa da brain mi rúbà mo bọ̀ kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ níbẹ̀ yẹn ṣé àrépo tàmọ́ ni 1997 it was 17.8 billion. Okay, the crude oil sales as at that time, or the crude petroleum was 15.9 billion, which is the Olóńdó fún àdó tó pọ̀ jù. So kí ló wá ṣẹlẹ̀ ní 1998? Nígbà tó di 1998, no, sorry, 98. Ọmọ já wálẹ̀ gidi ni o. Ní 1998 yẹn, ó wá sí 11.6 billion. The crude petroleum as at that time itself was 10 billion. So gbogbo tó kù takọ̀ export was just under 1.5 billion. Ẹ jẹ́ wá ka comment kí n wo kí làwọn èèyàn kọ síbẹ̀. So that means pé okay, make owó tó pọ̀ nínú crude oil. So what could have happened around that time that there was this fluctuation of drop in the crude oil between 97 and 98? Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ jẹ́ àgbàlagbà ẹ̀yin kò ní tẹ́ dàgbà jù wá lọ ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ náà. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? What went wrong? Trying to see if there's anything that comes up on the screen. Interesting. In 1997, the total export of Nigeria was 17.8 billion. The crude oil alone gave us 15.9. Nígbà tó dé bá di 1998, ó lọ sí 11.6. All right, I'm going to move forward. Now, ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sí 1999. I hope we go to drop. Okay, ó ní traction díẹ̀ padà sókè díẹ̀. So ní 1999, nígbà táwọn Jagaban dé, àwọn náà ti wá di pé though Ọbásanjọ́ ló ń control federal. So Tinubu náà kò lè rí owó epo yẹn dáadáa, but ní state, òun náà ṣe wọn bá tiẹ̀, wọ́n ní ó ṣe wọn bá tiẹ̀. So in 1999, àwọn civilian náà bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí rí owó. Àwọn kan náà Ọbásanjọ́ try, he left our foreign reserve, he paid our debt, blah blah blah. Ó gbé fún Yar'Adua. Ó ní Yar'Adua ṣó ti kú náà bó ṣe wà láyé. Ó ní mo ṣe wà láyé, wọn náà ti kú ni. Dá gbé Jonathan wọlé. Jonathan náà dé. Nígbà tí Jonathan náà dé, Jonathan ṣe tiẹ̀. Ó lọ, lè bá lọ fa búbù wá. Búbù tó tẹ̀ understand anything. So what I'm just trying to say with this data is that in 1999, and I'm going to start reading it. How you doing? It started going up. In 1999, it went to 14.4 billion. The reason why I am mentioning this number is so that kí wọ́n tó ń gbọ́ program ilé ni, àbí wọ́n tó máa ráyè gbọ́ níjọ́ míì, èyí sì níjọ́ kẹta oṣù kẹwàá, Kini 11th month in Yoruba, the 3rd of 11, 2023. So that you can ask question that gbogbo owó tó ní Nàìjíríà pa wọlé kí la fi ṣe? Because tẹ́ bá ní Nàìjíríà máa dá, maybe fún yín ẹ ṣì ń wò pé ó máa dá. So I'm going to move swiftly. In 2000, nígbà tó di 2000, mo kí yín TJ. Owó yẹn ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí shoot up sókè. Bí àwọn manager dáadáa, ó lọ sí 21 billion. Mo kí àwọn Bólúwa ti fẹ́. Oṣù kọkànlá ẹ ṣé gan ni. So ọjọ́ kẹta oṣù kọkànlá ọdún 2023 láwa yìí. Yorùbá mi náà ti ń da díẹ̀díẹ̀. Wàá rí jìnnà dé mo kí ẹ. Nígbà tó di 2001, ó tún lọ sókè by bí 1 billion. So owó yẹn tún di 22.8 billion. Ẹ ṣé gan ni triple DRS. Nígbà tó di 2002, mo kàn move swiftly nísìnyí. Ó tún lọ sí 19.3 billion. Should drop láàrin ìgbà yẹn ni ẹ̀ padà sẹ́yìn díẹ̀. Ó tún drop. That means we are not pumping enough petrol or crude oil jáde, because I know that it depends on the barrel taba put out. But nígbà tẹ́ ẹ bá manage àwọn ibi tẹ́ ti ń kó epo yẹn jáde, yẹ́ wo ni kíní kúná ṣebí 96 ni Ken Saro-Wiwa kú? I guess so. Let me quickly check as well here. Ken Saro-Wiwa, I think he died in 96. No, 95. So that means gbogbo time tí à ń ṣe sọ yìí náà, àwọn ń jà pé environmental damage tẹ́ ń ṣe sọ́dọ̀ wa, àwa la lépo, but Abacha sọ pé kó shut up. Òun disturb àwọn tó ń bá mi gbépo níbẹ̀ yẹn, ẹ pàdánù jàre. He was killed. But you will expect that during now that we have a civilian government, nǹkan á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń gbogbo fúnlẹ̀ Yorùbá, ilẹ̀ Igbo, ilẹ̀ Hausa. Nígbà tó di 2002, owó yẹn drop ó di 19.3 billion. Nígbà tó di 2003, ó lọ sókè tó pọ̀ dáadáa, $27.2 billion. Nígbà tó di 2004, if you're wondering where I'm reading this from, you can go on www.oec.world. Àwa fi Nàìjíríà sí. 2004, owó yẹn gòkè rẹpẹtẹ. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, it was all embezzle. Wọ́n jí gbogbo owó yẹn ni. Àwọn plan fáwa fọ́jọ́ ọ̀la. Ẹ̀yin wá fẹ́ káwa plan fún Nigeria. We must pull out of Nigeria so that we can plan for the better future. Because we'll plan for anybody. Nígbà tó di 2004, the money went to $30 billion, 30.9. Nígbà tó di 2005, ó gòkè by 10 billion, see, ó di 41.5 billion. These are big numbers. Àwọn kan mọ̀ nípa bí owó yẹn ṣe ń lọ, bó ṣe ń jáde, bó ṣe ń wáyẹ̀, ibi tó gbà, ọ̀nà wo ló yẹ kó padà wá, tí ó padà wá, ó há sọ̀hún. UK náà jẹ́ tiẹ̀, America jẹ́ tiẹ̀, Canada náà like inú ẹ̀. Because if we are selling crude oil to countries yẹn ló yẹ kó dáwó yẹn padà sí Nàìjíríà. Ọmọ ẹ lè imagine gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ CBN governors, àwọn yẹn ti jẹ mùlá bam. Because àwọn yẹn gbogbo lẹ́yìn kan mọ̀ pé owó epo tata ó gbọ́dọ̀ padà wá. Some people have benefit from Nigeria. Lai Mohammed, ó ti wọgbó lọ, àbáwé èèyàn, àmọ́ ibi tó wà. Ó dà pọ́n náà ti ríṣẹ́ ní bí a níbi kan ní international firm kan, Lai Mohammed. So you as Nigerians, ìjẹ́jọba láti 1999, kátẹ̀ cut out ìgbà táwọn military, ìjẹ́ Ọláǹfààní, mo kí bàbá Ògúntádé ṣeun. Now, 2005 again, 41.5 billion is a huge money. Don't know, àwa náà máa service debt in nǹkan, but ó yẹ ká ṣe ní a bit of opportunity. Nígbà tó di 2006, owó yẹn lọ sókè gẹ̀mù, ó di 61 billion. Export. Nígbà tó di 2007, ó di 72 billion. Nígbà tó máa fi di 2008, ó di 92 billion. Export. But again, in tó fún wa ní major kíní nínú export yẹn náà ní epo. So ní 2008 yẹn 75 billion ní crude oil tata. Àwọn wo ló rà? Ṣé wọ́n tẹ̀ sanwó ṣá? Because this is money that is meant to go back into the country for the development of the country. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni ìyá mi, We need to pull out ASAP. Ó hold wa padà, kò jẹ́ ká tẹ̀síwájú. Nígbà tó di 2009, wọ́n máa rí epo díẹ̀ taxi. Ó lọ sí 9, ó tún padà sí 61. Epo tó tà nígbà yẹn náà 41 point something billion. Nígbà tó máa fi di 2010, government ti ń change. Again, crude oil náà ni. Kí ló dé 2010 ògbé nǹkan kan jáde? Only no data available. Corruption ti wà ńbẹ̀ yẹn o. Kí ló dé? But àṣà rẹ̀ àtẹ okay 95 billion. 95.1 billion. But the total sales from the crude petroleum was 72.6 billion. Back up for 2011. Owó yẹn lọ sí 133 billion. These are not cheap money. Mo kí bàbá wa Bambo òkè owó ẹ̀ka bọ̀sà. 133 billion ní export wa ní 2011. Again, the crude oil petroleum gave us 104 billion. Ìyẹn ṣe rí pé gbogbo èèyàn fi wà nínú oil and gas. Everybody wants to be in the oil and gas because ibẹ̀ gangan ni mùdùmùdù wà. Ibẹ̀ gangan ni mùdùmùdù Nàìjíríà wà. Nígbà tó di 2012, owó yẹn tún já wálẹ̀ díẹ̀, ó lọ sí 129 billion. Again, 90 billion of that is used for the sales of the crude oil petroleum. Nígbà tó di 2013, owó yẹn tún já wálẹ̀ àbó já lọ sókè náà ní 102 billion. Again, crude oil náà ló fún wa ní the biggest revenue. Nígbà tó di 2014, ṣé bàbá tí ń bọ̀, ó kọjú kan, ṣé bàbá, ṣé Buhari, ṣé bàbá. Máa ní kí ìyàwó mi má kọrin nínú ilé mọ́. Tó bá fẹ́ wọ́n ènìyàn, ṣé Buhari, àní mo fẹ́ gbọ́ ṣé bàbá mọ́ nínú ilé. Mo like ṣé bàbá. Ṣé bàbá kọ́ ṣé bàbá ni. Nígbà tó di 2014, ó stick sí 102 billion. Ìgbà Jonathan gbogbo yẹn. Nígbà tí ṣé bàbá bá dé, kàbíyèsí o, ní 2015. Kò kọ́kọ́ yan mínísítà kankan fún 6 months. Aníwèrè màlélé kẹ̀. Láti 100 and something billion. Ìgbà yẹn ni gbogbo recession ti kick in. Crude oil jáde lọ títí mọ́. So you can imagine ó drop padà wá sísàlẹ̀. Èyí tó wà ní as at 2014, olórí burúkú ni gbogbo àwọn PDP. One bastard ni wọ́n. Owó tó wọlé nígbà yẹn kò ń ṣowó kékeré rárá. And let's just look at it. Ní 2014, I don't want to take note of this. Ní 2014, ní 2014, owó tó pa as export jáde was $102 billion. Crude oil lásán ó fún wa ní 74.9 billion. Gbogbo figure ilẹ̀ yìí ò kí ń rí àfi kẹ́ máa pariwo wọ́n kówó jẹ Yorùbá nation. Gbogbo tá a dá tó ìtí wọ 1 billion. Mr. Ryan, we all have to focus on the oil and gas. All other resources, we abandon them. Bẹ́ẹ̀ níbi tó ìgbà tó yẹ pé yẹn ló máa sáré tà. But àwọn kan wá ń jẹ mùdùmùdù, àwọn Zamfara, àwọn yẹn ń jẹ góòlù tiwọn. But Tinubu nísìn ti fi gbẹ́sẹ̀ lé gbogbo ẹ̀. Ẹ rántí pé wọ́n náà mú truck kan ní last week, bí a wíìkì dẹ̀ ni, bí a last week mo rántí. Tọ́ ní gbogbo driver yẹn sá lọ. I'm sure pé Délé Aláké fẹ́ mọ gbogbo, òun ni Minister for Mineral Resources. Ọmọ Yorùbá dẹ̀ ni. Ó dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé àwọn náà ti ń jẹ gbogbo resources yẹn. So òun náà máa fẹ́ ṣe kí ni, òun náà fẹ́ ṣe minister. But gbogbo yẹn náà is only for a limited time. Even if he tries best and all that, tó bá lọ tán, ṣe máa tún monitor wọn ní Zamfara ni. Tí Tinubu bá lè monitor wọn ní gbogbo ibi tó ti ń jí resources lẹ́ni, ṣé ó máa monitor wọn ní after another 9 years ni kò possible. Kò possible. Kàrí kàchọ́pù ni òun náà máa jẹ́ tiẹ̀ ní. Ìyẹn ni Délé Aláké ṣe ní òun fẹ́ mi ṣàmì sà. Daddy, mineral resource yẹn ni mo fẹ́. Ó fẹnu ara ẹ̀ sọ ni. The video is in public domain. Only I told Bola Tinubu what I want. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ti mọ́ra ti pẹ́. Láti Èkó lọ́nà ti mọ́ra as a commissioner for information or whatever. So ní 2014, nígbà táwọn Jonathan wà níbẹ̀, export wa was 102 billion. Kí ni Buhari máa dé olórí burúkú? Pastor Túndé Bákàrè ló sọ fún wa pé mọ́tò táwọn jọ ń wà kò ní steering, kò ní kankan. Kí lẹ wá gbé wá fún? Tinubu ló lọ fà wá. kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá vote fún. Tinubu ló ní gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ó ẹ tẹ̀ka fún ṣé bàbá làwọn èèyàn bá ń tẹ̀ka lọ. Mr. Tunji ní owó fẹ́ sọ ní you can't abandon other mineral resources, it is impossible. Oh yes, you can, but we were not, they were, I mean, not that they're not making money out of it. If I go back and look at some of the mid-2014 here, let's just take a look at what was giving us money there. Mid-2014, yeah, there were some scrap vessel, cocoa beans, 560 million, gold. That is not the true figure. Gold or export loss see ita. Gold yawa ẹ má bínú ẹ lọ ra gold ní Italy ṣe mọ̀ pé àwọn lè ká máa produce gold fúnra wa ká máa mara, especially ní Ọ̀ṣun. The amount of gold tó ń bẹ níbẹ̀ wọ́n ní kò ṣe kékeré rárá. Ní 2014 gold tó ná export nìkan jáde was 48.5 million. Do you believe that? Ní gbogbo Nàìjíríà gbogbo gold tó ní wọ́n export because wọ́n ní account for what exact gold ìdẹ̀ lọ máa fi ń determine owó òlù. A ní Nàìjíríà corruption ti pọ̀ jù, kò lè work. Àbá máa sọ òyìnbó ká máa ṣe analysis ẹ bá ṣe máa ṣe lélẹ̀ àwọn economics ẹ máa gbé lọ báyìí ẹ gbé sókè ẹ fà wálẹ̀ àwọn irọ́ ni gbogbo ẹ̀, it's all lies. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá tẹ̀ fi ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn kan ní jẹ́ kẹrí ṣe. Ṣé gbogbo wa lè believe pé ní 2014 ní gbogbo Nàìjíríà inter-export jáde nípa gold ní kò tó $50 million. $50 million tí irú àwọn Dangote yẹn fi ń jó gẹ̀lẹ̀dẹ̀. $50 million táwọn ọ̀tẹ́dọ́lá fi ń jó gẹ̀lẹ̀dẹ̀. Ẹ máa parọ́ fúnra yín. Because wọ́n mọ̀ pé táwọn bá fún wa ní the real raw lead ní mo sọ yóò. Ṣé gold ni mo tẹ̀ gbọ́? No, sorry. Gold, yeah, 533 million, sorry. Export value, 0.91%. Ìyẹn kan ní I'm so tired of Nigeria. Okay. Ó kù díẹ̀ ni. So you can see that this country projection yẹn ò dára rárá. Àwọn wo ló wá ra góòlù yẹn? Ẹ jẹ́ n gbọ́ wọlé bẹ́ẹ̀ because ó lè fún mi. Ìlú kan mà ló rà kẹ́. Àbájọ táwọn ìyá wa ṣe ń lọ sí Arab country. UAE ló ra góòlù wa. Àwọn nìkan ló ra gbogbo góòlù yẹn ní 2014 wàláì òun ló wà wájú mi 99.2%. United Arab Emirates àti ṣayé wá ní Nigeria. Why is it that same gold wọ́n producer ní Nigeria káwa fúnra wa máa rà fúnra wa ká máa tọ́jú ẹ̀ pamọ́ torí pé wọ́n ní gold ló ní weight àbí yàtọ̀ sí silver àbí diamond lẹ́nu. So wọ́n kó raw material gold wọ́n lọ jù sí United Arab Emirates. Àwọn ìyá wa gbé mọ́tò ẹ lọ sí airport ẹ wọ plane ẹ wá lọ sí United Arab Emirates ẹ wá lọ ra gold yẹn ẹ wá mo ti ra gold ẹ bá ra gold. Àwọn ìyá wa tó ń ta gold ajá máa wọ gbá ọ èmi náà fẹ́ gold o. Ìyẹn kan ní àtẹ ṣayé wá ìlú láṣì wá ẹ ṣe gan ni àǹtí mi, thank you so much aunty Flo. Ṣe rí pé something is just not right. Ṣé mọ̀ pé gold tán náà rí ní Nàìjíríà yẹn tó bá tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé state kan ló ń manufacture ló ń sọ di orí kó tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé àwọn nọ́ọ̀tì náà lọ ń ṣe ká tẹ̀ máa lọ rà ní Sokoto ṣé kò sàn ju ká tún ṣe gbé mọ́tò lọ sí airport àwọ̀ bàálù lọ sí United Arab Emirates. Abẹ́ táwọn yẹn ṣe sọ pé free visa wà fún Nàìjíríà nígbà tó wá rí pé gbogbo ife babẹ̀ yẹn jẹ́ wọ́n yà restrict everybody. Àwọn èèyàn wà ń bẹ̀ ní sáwọn Abdullahi wà ń bẹ̀ ní sí wọn renew visa wọn bó ṣe ń survive I don't know àwọn nìkan lọ́mọ. Èèyàn kan send message kan ó ní Mr. Koiki tá bá ń jáde láàárọ̀ a máa ń wọ suit bẹ́ẹ̀ ní lọ́bi iṣẹ́ ní ìbọ̀rọ̀ là ń pa lọ síbi iṣẹ́. Mo ní ó ní ìbìkan táwọn ọba múra bẹ́ẹ̀ ọlọ́pàá lè gbé àwọn. 99.2% of the gold tí a export jáde ní 2014 country kan péré ló rà lọ́wọ́ wa UAE United Arab Emirates. Àwọn èèyàn wà ń bẹ̀ ní sí wọ́n ríṣẹ́ kọ́nà bá ń dó tì wọ́n níbẹ̀. So ìwọ tó ń stress ẹni tó wà ní Arab country tó ń rí wọn tó ń dán wọ́n máa jẹun but wọ́n struggle. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ní gold bar and gold bullion 1 kg of gold per bar at the refinery in Dubai can cost $35,000 per kg. Ìyá mi bolú àti fẹ́ mú rí yín. One even in the midnight police will bust you. So ní sùn taratara ní Dubai. Kọlọ́pàá wọn bẹ̀ ká wọn lé. Mo dẹ̀ rò pé Tinubu náà ti yanjú ẹ̀ fún yín ni. say Baba, says Jagaban. So, ẹ jẹ́ ká move further. At the day 2015, at wà lọ́dọ̀ say Baba nísìn. Nígbà tó di 2016, 700. Okay, no. Again, Ocean show goal nìkan náà. Mo fẹ́ kó show. 2016, we were not making money anymore. Uber is in drop. 38 billion. 38 billion. Nígbà tó di 2017, ó lọ sí 38 billion. No, sorry, Ocean load. What is a corruption? No only no data available. Nigeria magic. Oh, submit the data in 2017. Mo kí bàbá Nuruddin Ajani Busari. Ẹ jẹ́ lọ sí 2018. 2018. Only no data available. Kí ló dé? Under Buhari leleyi o. Now, okay, mo lè sọ pé I don't know. I'm just trying to look at it. Ẹ mọ̀ pé bá ti Tinubu dé nísìn. Ó dé Emefiele o submit statement kan for the whole year tó fi wà níbẹ̀. Ẹ mọ̀ pé mo tẹ̀ ẹ́ bá wo bá rí. All right, ẹ jẹ́ lọ sí 2019. Unload lọ́wọ́. Àbí kò tí data jáde. Okay, mo data jáde. 2019, 46 billion. Ẹ wò láti 2014. So half of what ní 2014, we're talking about 102 billion. Nígbà tó máa fi di 2019, I think make it just 46 billion. Mr. Boss, before things go to get value to us is when we express all things going on in the government on our language. Benny. Language are very, very important. So we are now at almost the last 2 years to go, or one more year after this. 2020, to drop by the wallet, 30 billion. Damn. Don't know, God. In 2020, almost 30.6 billion. Anti-force, the government should make a policy where the government will ban gold export. Let them have industry to do it. Nigerian civil servant can also serve. Only la one yes, civil servant. Kò ṣe gbogbo yín o. Àwọn yẹn mọ bí owó ṣe ń move jáde kúrò ní Nigeria, owó ṣe ń wọlé. Iṣẹ́ pọ̀ tí Tinubu fẹ́ ṣe. I don't know how he's going to do it. So the last year, Toshiwa Lori data, only 2021, which is 2 years ago. Olosoke there by 10 billion, 41.8 billion. So Eric Pay, Kako low lati 2014. So our export now, Kako wa low kini reason tí ocean drop. Kò jẹ́ ká rely lórí petrol nìkan. We are meant to rely on services. Services makes a lot of money. Or if we are also producing certain things. Mokiyawa Ogini Ekaboma. So I'm going to move swiftly. In 2021, Nigeria exported a total of 57.7 billion, making it number 52 exporter in the world. During the last 5 reported years, the export of Nigeria have changed by 19.7 billion from 34 billion in 2016 to 57 billion in 2021. So the argument from on this thing, it's still not bad, but if we have a country of our own, we could beat this number much, much better. The most recent exports are led by crude petroleum, 41.8 billion. Petroleum gas is a look, multiple gas here, listen. So we were to do to cool it. Tibato to lot on boiler here. I don't know gas was if I to bear sing bono. I didn't need the gas in Europe because it's continent of Tutuni. Oh no, Ọlọ́run má dá o. Ó wá do Russia ló ní tó pọ̀. Bíbẹ̀ ń ṣe tútù tó wọ́n ní gas burúkú. But àwa náà ní gas yẹn. But ṣé mọ̀ pé gas táwa náà níyẹn nísìn ìlú ò kì í ṣe ìlú olótùtù. So ó jẹ́ ká máa ta gas yẹn jáde ká máa fi make revenue. Any money in Nigeria not remitted, any money in Nigeria that are not remitted in the treasury single account government, who are remitted any. A country can't function without power. That is the lifeline. So the youth, the content creator, is a good job. But in the nutshell, content creator, okay? We can different areas of, petroleum gas, 8.52 billion. Special purpose ship, 1.25 billion. Cocoa beans, coffee, chocolate, chocolata. Could the sing on fishy, coffee beans, and French croissant, everything you can do with coffee, cocoa. Cocoa house. So, Nigeria, hold wa, kò fún wa ní welfare, kò fún wa ní security, ó dẹ̀ ń fi tiẹ̀ delay wa. But àwọn èèyàn ní náà Koiki, ẹja ṣe sùúrù díẹ̀. We are almost there. Àmọ́ àmú ètò ìwálẹ̀ láìpẹ́. Àwọn tó ṣe lé network yẹn tí òjò tó ń rọ̀ náà ni. Àwọn náà ní òjò tó ń rọ̀ látẹ̀. Kò ṣóṣì tó ń rọ̀ ni. Gbogbo ẹ̀ṣú bàbá ni. So, again, the most common destination, mo fẹ́ ká mú bíbá dáadáa. Ibo gangan làwọn ẹrù yẹn lọ. Intern export yẹn, níbo ló ń lọ gangan. Wọ́n fún wa láwọn ibi tó ń lọ. The most common destination for Nigeria export is India. INDI, India. Àwọn rà lọ́wọ́ wa. Ẹ má bínú mo mọ̀ tó lọ níbí báyìí, ó glitch díẹ̀ lẹ́ǹkan. Mo pé kò ń ṣọmọ ẹ̀ ló ń ṣe nǹkan kan again lórí íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì. India ni export wa ń lọ sí jù. Dire mo kí àwọn tó wà níbí báyìí mo ti gbàgbé síbẹ̀. Bàbá mi Bóyè mo kí sà, ẹ má bínú látẹ̀ nǹkan. Yakubu Kọ́láwọlé mo kí Mr. Kim mo kí Silva and Brother Koiki. Do you remember Haiti? That time also when they go to M1. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. I'm up to Pareto Yanisi. We're done 2 hours, and I think, I really want to come back tonight. So maybe I should start winding it down. So now to complete it, on lost Spain. Spain or the Feka Walodomo. Oh, the Bavisa Latin Nigeria, on lost Spain, is on the phone. On lost Muke Jetstar. On lost United States of America. Ni India. One export what on lost is about 9 billion. Spain, 6 billion. America, 3.6 billion. France, 3.2 billion. Then China, 3 billion. Okay, Mr. DG. Now, Nigeria export services in 2019 was 4.9 billion. The Nigeria import services in 2019 was 38.7 billion. Transportation, personal travel, financial service, government services, computer and information services, insurance services, and other businesses. That is 4.9 billion. The service import here was 38.6 billion. Other business services, personal travel, transportation, business travel, insurance services, financial services, computer and information services, government services, royalties and license fee. 38 billion in 2019. Now, economic complexity. Overview, economic complexity minus 1.56, ranking 126 out of 139. Very, very low. 126 out of 139. Again, economic complexity technology minus 1.94, ranking 95 out of 96. Oh, about the kuku for 96. Olodo Rabata. Olodo Rabata. Mr. Koiki, to be honest, I don't believe in Tinubu and his cabinet and don't believe he has any good plan for the masses. I only believe Tabasobe. Why not like Jagabani? Muke TJ. We are almost coming off the program now. Come on, no, don't want to TJ by the internet. Because then connecting. So And I think that is about it. When we come back again tonight, we will be talking more as well. Economic complexity ranking. During the last 20 years, Nigerian economy has become relatively less complex, moving from 102nd position to 126th position in the ECI ranking, economic complexity ranking. This economic complexity ranking use 6-digit export classified according to the HS96 classification. We consider only countries with population of at least 1 million. So what the population come out only 1 million. So we consider only countries with population of at least 1 million and the export of at least $1 billion. Products with world trade over 500 million. And that is on that. And this other headline I picked up 31st of October, Nigeria economy expert says Chinese import undermine local production. Consumers across the globe are used to seeing some version of made in China on product they buy. Chinese goods mean low prices, something consumers like, but for the local manufacturers in Nigeria, Chinese import can mean unemployment, poverty, and inflation. So anytime to buy a Chinese product in Nigeria, it is creating poverty and it is also creating inflation. But most importantly, it's creating unemployment. And that is how far I can go this afternoon. Thank you so much, those of you on our MixLR. Thank you, everyone on the YouTube. Nigeria is also the largest producer of cassava. Muki Grandma Comfort Adeleye Muki Bubu Eyololufewa. Babami Alabibashir Koiki. You can see the reason why United Arab Emirates is really fighting against Nigeria terrorists. Okay, Eshegon Alaji. Mr. Comment in this. You can see reason why the UAE is really fighting against Nigeria terrorists. So what? Fake Nigeria only terrorists. And raw gold, raw gold, one momino. Eshegon Alaji. Alaji Kilerisi, Yoruba nation. These are the kind of people that we need on board as well. But I don't know why he's still a Nigeria supporter. I don't know. If we have somebody like him with us, it will also help. We need those kind of caliber in our elite. Not to say Nigeria anymore. Maybe he still have ambition to be Lagos State governor. But she Tinubu Mali allow Lagos in Lolowe by Mr. Sheon Olaoye sọ pé àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ pa máa fẹ́ join Jare Koiki. Am I your right lẹ́nu? We haven't approached him, so we don't know. I'm not sure we have approached him. Should we need to approach him? Mr. Oluwafemi Pamilerin, yes, they exposed some terrorists, but Nigeria government covered them. So that is how far I can go. I'm going to go and take my nap so that I call it a late night. Call it a service lale, hopefully. I don't know how you're all going to survive in Nigeria for the next 3 years. But Mubewa, can you come out any election again for now? Into our table is in a way, secure welfare and security, and then we talk about how we should get out of Nigeria. I see a lot of our youth, around more youth, don't be no EFCC, you're the famous. I mean, not every one of you are criminals, we expect you to look good, drive big cars, but EFCC is up. I don't think so. 1622 I gotta go now so that we can have probably another time to spend together. Thank you so much. Mr. Shemola, I pity people in Nigeria for now. Family in bed. Family me come every time la mobile now or the phone now. Mo de gbọ́dọ̀ sọ fún wọn pé àlówó. Because when you want to be disconnected, nobody disconnected, they have to pay more money again. Could they pay for money? No. Somewhere in Ogun State. Our people they suffer. Kenny Bishop saw the proceeds of the gold goes back to private pools. United Arab Emirates refines the gold and sell it back to gold. Even today, Dubai rí bá débẹ̀ báyìí gbogbo àwọn góòlù yẹn a máa tanná mọ́ ẹ lójú báyìí cha. Connie, please, what is the name of the site you got the data from? Okay, very important. Tẹ́ bá ti lọ sí ẹ bá type in sorry Google ẹ kò type in OEC as in Orange Echo Charlie or Orange Echo Charlie no OEC.world. Tí mo fẹ́ ṣe fún wọn náà owó náà ni mo fẹ́ ṣe prepaid meter fún wọn. Owó náà ni lówó náà ni. So tẹ́ bá lọ sí OEC ẹ bá ti type ẹ sórí Google pé OEC ẹ wá lọ sí Nigeria. What I would do is let me share the link to my Twitter. Ẹ lọ sórí Twitter mi báyìí nísìn Koiki Media ẹ bá níbẹ̀ nísìn. Then máa post ẹ náà sórí mo ti ní another phone láti máa fi ó yẹ kí n máa send nìkan sórí TikTok but ní spare phone laptop mi tí mo lè fi ń ṣiṣẹ́ ó ti dẹnu kọlẹ̀ òun lélẹ̀ ẹran ti alien wẹ̀wá ó ti dẹnu kọlẹ̀ àráyè ló mọ́ so that means pé gbogbo phone mi ti wà engage gan nísìn. So tẹ́ bá lọ sórí Twitter mi nísìn. So let me put it this way so that ẹ lè rí pé Nigeria, okay, the latest report overview. So I'm going to put that like that. So tẹ́ bá lọ sórí community page me or Facebook in the next few seconds. Ó máa wà níbẹ̀ nísìn. Kí ló dé tó tún fún mi náà? Copy lẹ́yìn. Copy. Mo bẹ̀ wá ẹ lọ study kìíní. Yàn sọkún fún Nigeria. Gbogbo ilé àwa náà mọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ ọgbà tàbí ìrìn àjò yìí ni mo ti post ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. So tẹ́ bá lọ sórí Ọláyọmí Koiki Media Odùduwà. Ẹ̀rí mi àti Lady K now are on. So I gotta go now so that Lady K now lè máa bá tiẹ̀ lọ at least ẹ̀ tó rẹ́ ní kọ̀tà tó máa lọ máa gbọ́. So that's the beauty of the media. Èyí dára náà máa wà on lálẹ́ ọmọ Luka Odérọ̀lẹ́ Bàbá Èkìtì òun ti anytime. Must be. So ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń share Lady K sórí page mi. So mo máa tó ń sọ òtítọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ nípa ta ni Ọlọ́run tẹ́. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó fi bàbá yẹn lẹ̀. Nigeria. So tẹ́ bá lọ sórí àwọn page wa mo ti post ẹ̀ síbẹ̀ ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí TikTok. So bí a ti bá ṣe program mi tán màá fi sínú mo like yẹn gbogbo yẹn máa padà lọ sórí page yẹn. I see a lot of traffic there. Facebook oníran kò jẹ́ kí n post orí ọ̀pẹ ó kù díẹ̀ náà ni ẹ lọ post ẹ̀ sórí. So mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí Ọlọ́run ọbẹ̀ Elédùmarè kò ní jẹ́ kó gbalẹ̀ Yorùbá mọ́ ọ lọ́wọ́. Mo kí bàbá mi dáàdì wa Alhaji Bashir, mo kí gbogbo yín dáàdì wa ní Belgium, mo kí gbogbo yín pátá láìyọ ẹnì kankan sílẹ̀. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ò ní gbà mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. So on that note, we play the anthem, but I'm gonna disconnect Ọláyọmí Koiki confront am fi play anthem nìyẹn so that ká lè máa tí bá play níbí àwọn ilé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Facebook ò ní gbọ́ ni. Mo kí ẹ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí Plan B, Hacking Games and the rest of you. Thank you so much everyone. Kọ́ba Elédùmarè kó fún wa ṣe ní ìrọ̀rùn, kó má dìjà, kó má di wàhálà. Odò àgbè wa kò ní gbé ọ̀dàlẹ̀. So let's play the anthem and then we can call it. So thank you so much. Kí gbogbo ẹ̀ka tó lọ ṣe kíni, ká lọ relax. We play the anthem and then we end the program. info@koikimedia.com or tẹ́ bá ní question ẹ ṣé gan ni ìyá mi Ọlájímọ̀ kẹ́ ṣé gan ni mo kí ìyá mi First Bank lẹ́yìn bá ń kí àwọn grandchildren ní at everyone as well. Tẹ́ bá ní question ẹ lọ sórí page mi lórí Koiki Media website and you can send any question you have and I'll reply when I get it. Bunny video by it. Or glasses machine struggle by. Okay, video. Your concern is can see me láti Uganda. But I don't want to use the video because I'm Anthony Muiti go for me. Wọ́n ní nǹkan tó ń fi ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ ṣe. Màá wò tó bá jẹ́ pé nǹkan tí mo lè play lórí live program, màá play fún yín because I don't want to. Èèyàn kan náà mo ti fi yẹn síta ní Texas bó ṣe ń ṣe ranching. Èèyàn kan náà I missed your program. I must join you now. I will watch it later. Definitely, I will later. That's the beauty of rewind and all that. So on that note, we play the anthem and we say good afternoon. Tinubu, I don't know how you want to take care of Nigerians. Okuku ti sọ pé the load is too much. Break it now and let us all have peace. and read you. Bye for now. Award kan tó fún mi ní oríṣi àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe fún ní Benin Republic o mo ti ń wá láti joy bí àwọn mi ṣe ṣàrí nígbà tí mo lọ sókè wọn kí leléyìí bá ṣe. This was given to me during the COVID by one of our glasses, man. Should have tell you about this. So this was given in 2020 ní mo gba award ní UK. Mo tẹ́ mọ̀ kọ́ ti send ẹ̀ sí mi. Mo ṣe ń sọ fún àwọn aláwọ̀dì pé èmi ò rò pé mi rí tèmi gbà o. And this is for Diaspora Community Empowerment, Olayomi Koiki Media, in recognition of his immeasurable positive contribution to mass communication, community development, and empowerment. Ti Bishop, àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe ní Benin, ìyẹn fẹ́ tó dé London, ó rìn lọ́wọ́, kò tí ì dé bíbá, tó bá dé bíbá máa present it properly. So ẹ bá mi dúpẹ́ screenshot ẹ̀kẹ́ tó jẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n mi yẹn mi bá tó kẹ́ mo kí n screenshot ẹ kí mi 2020 ìgbà yẹn wà ní COVID àwọn obìnrin máa ń tọ́jú nǹkan ṣá mo fi jí àwọn ìjọba fẹ́ lè jáde. So it's called the Achievement Recognition Awards 2020 Diaspora Community Empowerment Olayomi Koiki Media in recognition of his immeasurable positive contribution to mass communication, community development, and empowerment. Thank you so much. Bye for now.